Welcome to today's broadcast. Shout out to our sponsors. And now for our broadcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome here back to the pit. We're back here on another Thursday night action for boys basketball. This time we got another good one here in Flyway Conference action. The Lomira Lions come on the road, the number 2 team in the Flyway, taking on a team who's tied for third, the Laconia Spartans. Justin Schwartzman back with Jordan King once again. Jordan, welcome back to the pit, and we know we always love being here.
I told you on Saturday that I didn't know when I would be back, but the likelihood of me being back this week was really good. And alas, here we are on a conference night that this one's gonna kind of help decide it. I mean, Laconia has their work cut out for them rest of the way. They cannot lose again. I think that is pretty evident. They have to win out, and we'll see what happens. And then they need some help. If they win out, you know that they're giving Springs a second loss, and then they need one of 2, Winnebago Lutheran or this Lomira team, to knock off Springs for the hopes that Laconia and maybe Lomira could share a conference title. So that's what's on tap for Laconia the rest of the way. They've left themselves with no margin of error, and shockingly, and I'm sure we'll talk about this at some point, this is where they've gotten tripped up, which is really unusual to say that the problem has been at the pit.
Yeah, and we said this the last time we talked about the boys, obviously, you and I, and the 2 games that they lost at home that we saw was the WLA and the Springs game. And free throws were the problem for them, and I don't obviously know what happened with the Mayville game, but free throws being a problem for this team at home. They had some clutch free throws down the stretch on Monday against Berlin.
Yeah, and they had to because that's and by the way, I think it would be really easy to get negative about that Berlin game, but that's a Berlin team that I think is going to make some noise. The East Central is not a super strong league this year, but between Waupun and Berlin, for Laconia for those to be 2 wins for Laconia, that was a big deal on Monday to see them out, because there's a lot of teams that are going to really struggle playing against that Berlin. A lot of teams that already have really struggled playing against Berlin. So that was a big win to kind of keep some momentum here. They get the win against WLA last night. Got to keep it rolling here, build some more momentum. It's just weird. I pulled up their schedule earlier today to see what the winning streak is. It's 6, I think, is their winning streak at this point, or 6 of their last 7, for Laconia. And their whole schedule has been big chunk of wins, random loss, big chunk of wins, here's a pop-up loss. And the same thing happens here. Well, it happened last week against Mayville. I will say Cash Farrell shot 5 of 22 from the floor in that game. He's never going to do that again. That is just a statistical anomaly. His shots weren't falling that night. I know he was going through a stretch where both he and Ethan Pino were under the weather. That's going to do it for you, too. And that's the other thing where, again, sometimes the box scores lie and sometimes schedules lie. You look at it, Laconia dropped the game to Mayville. Can you explain it away? And again, I'm trying not to go over the tops making excuses for them, because that's not what Coach Wirtz would do. But there are reasons, right? So, anyways, it's a big one tonight, and this Lomira team that we'll talk about in just a little bit, they've been so impressive to me. I've really enjoyed watching them. No surprise there under Coach Damask, and they've been a really good team.
Well, speaking of that, we're going to get right into the stats for the Lomira Lions, and then we're going to send it over to an ad after that. But Lomira Lions 8-2 in conference so far this season, 14-4. They took a tough one to Marshall on Tuesday. They lost by 2. It was a tight game. I had a chance to talk to actually Charlie Cole's grandpa about that at my place of work today, and he said, they had a play drawn up at the end of the game to tie the game. It just didn't fall.
They had, from what I understand, they had to look at the buzzer at the rim, kind of a layup, and it didn't go. And they were down by 1 at that point. If they make that and that Marshall team, by the way, checking out their schedule, They lost by 6 to Division III ranked Lake Mills. They lost by 1 point to the defending Division III state champion Lakeside Lutheran. That's a good Marshall team, and that would have been a marquee win. And again, this is, I guess, the point I want to make about Lomira is the first time these two teams played at Lomira, that was when Jake Bresky, the 6'9 superstar, went down with the injury. They lost by 9 that night. That is this season's largest loss for Lomira. This team just continues to play in close games. They were wildly outsized by Springs. Didn't matter. They lost by a possession. They lost every game they've lost since then has been by a possession or two, and they just got to find ways to get these things done late in a big conference matchup like this. And they're plenty equipped across the board, and it all starts with Jackson Gable for them.
And we're going to talk about the team stats, and I do want to mention that Coach Wirtz did mention this to me. He does not think that there is a better team in this conference that can shoot better than the Lomira Lions. He said they are the best shooting team in this conference. They lack size because obviously they lost Bresky, who's 6'9", but they can shoot all the way across the board. We're going to talk about that here in a second. They've scored 551 points in the first half, given up 426, 624 in the second half, given up 522. They've given up 8 points in overtime, and scored 1,178 team points so far this season, 956 given up. They shoot 45% from the floor, 63% from the free throw line, and 34% from behind the arc. Some of the best numbers you're going to see across the board.
34% beyond the arc, and we'll talk about him in just a second. I think Hunter Dooley could make a run for being the best true, you think, Steve Nash type of point guard. That's Hunter Dooley. Now, he is not, I'm not saying he's the best point guard in the league. This is a league that exists with Ben Baker from Springs, Cash Farrell with Laconia, and Gannon Schwartz from WLA. So I won't say he's the best point guard in the league. He is the best true, distribute it, get up the floor, make good decisions, leads the league in assists, and Hunter Dooley is really, really fun to watch. If you haven't seen Lomira yet this season, you're going to love watching number 23, Hunter Dooley, and I think he's a big reason they shoot it so well, because every pass, he's going to snap a pass, and it's going to be right on point.
And remember, we will get to see one more season of Hunter Dooley as well. He is a junior this year. At Lomira, they have averaged 16.5 assists per game, 2.8 turnovers a game. I'm guessing that's probably not the most. It seems inflated to me, but if they don't turn over the ball that much, that's incredible. Averaging 7.5 steals per game, but that tells me, they're kind of in the past, the Dan DeMass team doesn't turn over the ball a ton, so I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if they didn't only average that. They average 32 rebounds a game, 25.4 their opponent gets. To me, for a team who lacks size, obviously, averaging 32 boards a game, still without Jake Bresky, who was 6'9" on the inside for you, still averaging 32 boards a game is incredible.
Yeah, if I had the time, I would go through and find the splits before and after, because I think we would be surprised that they're not that different. This team is still gritty. They're still an excellent defensive team. Laconia's going to find it hard to score tonight, and that's just the way it is against a Dan DeMass coach team, like you mentioned, and they are so scrappy. And on the back of their warm-up shirts, it just says 95%. And I asked Jackson Gable what that's about. It's 95% of a basketball game, you don't have the basketball. What are you doing at that time? And that's what Coach DeMass preaches. What are you doing the 95% of the time you aren't touching the basketball? Because that's how you win and lose. That's where basketball games are won and lost, and that's why Lomira, despite everything that's happened, has kind of weathered the storm and remains to be a really, really good team.
Going to go across the board here. Obviously, Jake Bresky, done for the year. I believe he had a surgery already.
Yep, he's all done, and good news from what I've heard. And the hope is that maybe he can be, going by fall next year, and that would be really nice to try to give him at least a little bit of time before the season starts. So, prayers to him on a good recovery, and hope everything goes smoothly, and he can kind of get back to being him.
Jackson Gable leads this team in points, 15.8 points per game, 40% field goal shooter, a 71% from the charity stripe, 35% from the three-point line. Keegan Kell shoots 41% from the field, 65% from the line, 38% from behind the arc. Charlie Cole shoots 43%, averages 7.4. 83% free throw shooter, 39% free-point shooter. Hunter Dooley, a 39% three-point shooter, 58% from the line. I'm sure he'd want to get those numbers up, but 47% from the field. And then Blake Stager, who is mostly their inside presence. He shoots 63% from the floor, 31% from the free throw line, but 36% from behind the arc. He's only taken 11 attempts, but he's made 4. But you look at their lineup here. You got Gable shot at 100 times from behind the arc. Kell shot at 100 times, but they're both averaging over 35% from behind the arc.
Yeah, and the thing I would take away from that, and this is really exciting for Lomira, Jackson Gable's the only senior on that list.
Yeah.
There's 3 sophomores and a couple of juniors on there. So, again, I feel so bad for a guy like Jackson Gable who, and by the way, has had a tremendous high school career in baseball, football, and basketball. He goes from winning being QB1 on a state championship football team. You're ranked number 4 in Division 4 in basketball, and you're the point guard for that team or whatever, the 2 guard. And then this happens. So, they're going to be fine next year. They're going to bring back three stellar sophomores led by Keegan Kell, Charlie Cole, and Blake Stager. They got a couple of other sophomores we're going to see tonight. Jackson Bloom is one. We're also going to see freshman Maddox Bodden, who's gotten some more action of late. So the youth is still there. They're going to be fine next year. They're going to be a state contender next year. I just feel bad for some of these seniors who – it looked like this could have been a senior year for the history books for Lomira, but don't tell them anything.
Yeah.
They still believe they got a shot in the postseason.
Hunter Dooley averages 4.6 assists, 2.4 from Charlie Cole, and 5.3 rebounds on the inside from Blake Stager. But to me, everything I'm hearing and what I'm seeing from this team, and as I talked to Coach Dan Damask a little bit before, he said, we're not going to beat you up inside. We don't have the ability to beat you up inside after we lost Bresky. We're a run-and-gun type of team. We're going to beat you on the wing, and we're going to beat you driving and kicking. And to me, that's a Dan Damask team anyways, because that's what he wants to do. He wants to run. He doesn't want his sets to be longer than 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah, and I think he's, if he had his way, he has the 6'9" superstar, and they're a state quality team. But I think he probably really has enjoyed the challenge of coaching the rest of these guys up. And I'll tell you what, he is I'm sitting there taking pictures courtside, and he's a tough guy. And he's going to coach you tough, and he's going to coach you hard. And that was the first thing he said after the second or third game post Bresky injury. Is he said, these guys are letting me get after him. These guys are letting me coach him hard. And that's a group that the sky is the limit for. And so I really, that's obviously good for Lomira, and I think he's probably enjoying what he's seen in terms of growth for this team so far this season.
All right, we're going to step aside. We're going to run a couple more ads. We'll be back after these messages with the stats for the Laconia Spartans on Jeff's live streams.
WDS Construction is a national general contractor with headquarters in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. But we are so much more. The holiday spirit has taken over the WDS corporate office. Our team has transformed the space into a festive wonderland with themes like Santa's Workshop and Christmas at the Zoo, along with other creative holiday decor throughout. From cheerful decorations to imaginative displays, every corner is filled with seasonal joy. WDS Construction wishes everyone a wonderful holiday season filled with warmth, joy, and plenty of festive fun. Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The outdoor golf season is just around the corner. Now is the time to go to the Rock and use the indoor simulator to be prepared. Call to set up a tee time for an hour. Hang out at the bridges at the Rock before or after the simulator. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation for the simulator or call. Better yet, swing out to the bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
Jeff's Live Streams is proud to announce our 2024-2025 High School Hockey Showcase. Join us Wednesday, February 12th at 6 p.m. at the Blue Line Tavern. If you can't make it in person, we will also be streaming the event live on Jeff's Live Streams on YouTube, and you will be able to watch a recording at any time.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed many other steel products for use in retail, commercial, and industrial applications, such as building fascia, loading racks, wall panel systems, and much more. Our design record attests to our dedication to quality and customer satisfaction. King Manufacturing, from design to completion.
For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford, and we're honored to be voted best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area. Stop in and check out our mattress selections. We have all kinds from traditional spring to memory foam. It is our mission to help you get a great night of sleep night after night. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you can trust. Visit our website at www.verhaegsfurniture.com. Verhaeg's Furniture Mart. 50 years strong, quality you trust, and prices you'll love. Verhaeg Furniture.
Sam's Well Drilling is a family-owned business with over 75 years in the water well drilling industry. We can help you with all of your well drilling needs. Our crews are experienced at finding the proper location, setting up the rigs and equipment in all types of circumstances, and drilling to the appropriate depth so that you have fresh, clean water. Sam's also drills wells for commercial and municipal projects. No project is too large or small for Sam's Well Drilling. We at Sam's are thankful to be involved in supplying the well water needs of people all over Wisconsin. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
When my husband passed, I needed direction on my finances. I felt like I was starting from a blank slate. Thrivent came into my life at a time that I really needed it. Thrivent helped me feel confident and create opportunities to be more giving. I think my husband would be very proud, but I'm proud of myself because I've educated myself and I kind of learned that maybe I could have been doing this all along.
Jonathan Leonard, Thrivent Financial here in Waupun, serving the local communities. Thanks. God bless.
Welcome back here on Jeff's live stream. Going to talk about the Laconia Spartans now here at home, once again in the pit. A good win on Monday against a pretty good Berlin team, a big team. We called that game here on Jeff's live streams. You can go back and watch that if you want. But I mean, we talked about. I mean, it's a game where Berlin's going to make some noise because the East Central. I mean, it isn't what it. I don't think it is what it used to be. Is
No,
realistically
it's
what
not.
I'm saying about it. But Laconia's 16-3 this year. They're 7-3. All their losses have came in the conference, and they've all been at home.
Yeah, and you look at their non-con schedule.
Yeah.
You look at Waupun.
Yeah.
Waupun would be a top 3 team in the Flyway. You look at Berlin would contend to be a top half team. Berlin beat WLA by 20 early in the year, so that tells you the kind of squad Berlin is. They beat ranked Sheboygan Lutheran.
Yep.
So it's just, to me, now again, there's nothing. Don't take away anything from Winnebago Lutheran. They're a tough out. Winnebago Lutheran's a good team, and Gannon Schwartz, for my money, is the player of the year in the Flyway Conference, and we'll see how that all shakes out. It's not time to be arguing about awards yet, but, for Laconia, it's just they've had a couple of nights where, like you mentioned, they just didn't get certain plays to fall. They didn't get certain shots to fall. I didn't really think they played well enough to feel like they should have won that Springs game, but it should have at least gone to overtime. They executed that last 6 seconds as well as you possibly could have. And so, if you're Laconia, I think you have to, it seems like a big daunting task to win out. But I think you have to look at yourselves and say, you have to tell yourself you're the best team in the Flyway Conference. Because I think resume-wise, I would throw it up there against anyone else's in the Flyway and say, we're as good as that team. We're as good as Springs. We're as good as Lomira. And I think that's the mindset this team has to have, is we are the best team in the Flyway Conference. And then you go out and now you get a chance to prove it here.
Well, I mean, talk about it again. That loss to Springs. I mean, you basically made the basket. It was toilet boiling around and just fell out. Now Springs, I just see this week that they did get ranked in Division 4 at number 10.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Flyway, the top teams in the Flyway this year, whether it's WLA, Laconia, Lomira, or St. Mary Springs, their out-of-conference schedules have all been difficult, and they're all performing incredibly well in the out-of-conference games.
Yeah, and that's why, I don't know if there's a top team, and, Springs is in with Roncalli, and Laconia is in with Freedom. So these are teams that are, these are the best of the best in the state of Wisconsin in their division. So are we going to see a team that makes a run to the Kohl Center? I don't know. But the Flyway's going to make noise in the postseason for sure. And I could see Laconia winning a regional and getting into a sectional semifinal or even a sectional final, because the Laconia half of the regional is not very good. And Laconia should be the 1 seed, I think. So, yeah, it's all to play for Laconia. That's what, everything we've said so far, it's all to play for them. They got to believe that they're one of the top teams in the Flyway, the top team.
The scoring goes as follow. In the first half, they've scored 607 points, given up 470, 653 in the second half, given up 569, 1,260 total points, and 1,039 they've given up. They shoot 45% from the field, 62% from the line, 32% from behind the arc. Coach Wirtz talked about Lomira being one of the best shooting teams in the conference, but those numbers are eerily similar to Lomira's.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. It's like, if you stop Jackson Gable, Keegan Kell and Charlie Cole can hurt you. If you stop Cash Farrell, Ethan Pino and Nick Blank are going to hurt you. Cam Smith, you said we expect him to at least get some minutes tonight. Might have to work his way back a little bit from that injury he picked up last Friday at Winnebago Lutheran. Cam Smith's another guy. I mean, that dude all he does is make big plays and hit big shots for them. So good to see him back. And by the way, just another credit to what they did on Monday against Berlin, shorthanded. Didn't have one of their starters. And, so that's, like I said, Laconia is a heck of a team, and it would be easy to go doom and gloom after 3 home conference losses. It's just, I guess the reason it gets highlighted so much is because it just never happens with this program in this building.
Well, and you'll hear about it on Coach Wirtz's interview, but Sam Bart stepped up huge again that Berlin game. He ended up hitting the game winner, hit a couple big threes late in the second half.
Yeah, I wonder if Sam Bart, he got hurt first game of the season and had to kind of work his way back from that. I wonder, if he never gets hurt, how does this season look different for Laconia? Obviously, everyone talks about the injuries that Lomira has had. Who knows? We never will, but Bart's is starting to look. I thought he was actually an X factor the first time these two teams met as well. He scored 6 points in that game and was a really, really big factor. So they're just deep. Carter Bonlander is not going to jump off the page at you, but he's a really important player for this team. And then they have 2 bona fide superstars.
Assist numbers for this team, they've allowed 11.9. They get a 14.1, 10.8 turnovers per game to 10.3 steals. Kind of a 1-to-1 ratio. That's generally what you want to see. Normally you want to be around 1.5 to 2-to-1. But for Laconia, to me, when their numbers are a little askew because they run a lot of different defenses. They throw everything at you. He will run a 1-3-1, one possession. He'll switch to a 2-3, and then he'll go man-to-man. And he talks about it on his interview. Like, he likes to change things up, and he likes to keep throwing things at different teams and he said it about in the Lomira game that they played previously. They didn't know what was coming, and that was a problem that Lomira had. Is Laconia changes up their defensive positioning every possession, and it works.
Yeah, and to your point, there are different. You're looking for different things from your different defenses, right? Just ask Coach Morgan. When Coach Morgan goes to the 1-3-1, he wants high ball pressure, and he wants turnovers at the top of the key and get into transition, right? So, that to kind of explain away some of the steal stats that maybe would be higher if they just went straight man-to-man. Well, sometimes you sit in a zone, you're not going to get those live ball turnovers. So your steal numbers may not be there, but you force teams into bad shots or no shots at all if you can force them into some of the dead ball turnovers. And that's what they've done. You've seen some errant passes that have gone out of bounds in the recent couple of games for Laconia, and we'll see if they can do that tonight. I will say, Lomira is a tough team to speed up. And sometimes, in a certain way, that can also feed into what Lomira wants to do. So, it'll be an interesting chess match tonight. How does this work with the shifting defenses versus a very experienced backcourt that Lomira brings to the table?
Rebounds go as foul. They're average 27.8, so just about 28 rebounds a game, and giving up 26.6. But to me, a team that doesn't have a ton of size, they will outsize Lomira tonight with Bonletter on the inside. It says he's 6'3" on the roster, but every time they announce him as 6'5", and then they got Pino, who's 6'4", Cash Farrell, who's 6'3". But Cash Farrell at 6'3", to me, he is so long. And that's the thing with Pino, the guards for this team, they're so long. And that's why when they go into that 1-3-1, that's when they get all those defensive steals, because they're just long. You don't get a lot of guards that are 6'3", 6'4" in high school basketball.
Yeah, and you gotta have it if you're going to run a good 1-3-1. It's what makes the Laconia girls, not to take the spotlight off the boys, what's make them go so good. Peyton Morgan and Finley Morgan, nice, long arms. And so anyways, Cash Farrell had 12 rebounds last week in one of the games. Earlier this season, Cash Farrell pulled down 14 rebounds. I mean, this is Cash Farrell's a point guard. He does all three phases of the game exceptionally well. And, like you said, they're going to, the rebounding battle will probably you got to be able to clear rebounds. Can't give up second chance points.
Well, even you go off of that, once again, we talked about how Hunter Dooley is a junior. Well, so is Cash Farrell, and he just scored his 1,000th career point a couple weeks ago. There's a lot more to come from Cash Farrell.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this junior class, ever since they were freshmen, you just knew next year was going to be a special race in the Flyway because Gannon Schwartz is in that class. Springs Ben Baker is in that class. Cash Farrell's in that class. Jake Bresky's in that class. All four guys have played since their freshman year, and all four guys, it's going to be a four-man race for Player of the Year next year, and it's going to be a fun one. Not to look forward to next year, but
I know what you're saying.
We're talking about the Super Juniors. There you go.
Yeah. And then Cash Farrell leads his team in points with 17.4. Then Ethan Pino with a 17.2. Nick Blank 11.1. Cam Smith, he'll be back tonight after a knee injury. And I believe he actually had an MRI. MRIs were negative. Everything went well there. And Carter Bonletter with 5.7. Cash Farrell, 46% shooter from the field. 40% from Ethan Pino. 45% from Nick Blank. 49% from Cam Smith. But then Cash Farrell, he's a 26% three-point shooter. He doesn't take a ton of threes, honestly. He's not he knows it's not a part of his game as much as it is the other guys on his team. Well, 32% from Ethan Pino, 43% from Nick Blank, 36% from Cam Smith. But and they're a 63% free throw shooting team. They all shoot around that 65 to 66% mark. I know Cash Farrell would probably like to get his numbers up. He shoots about 57% from the charity stripe. But this team, to me, I talked about it on Monday, and the Coach Wirtz talked about how he thinks Lomira's that really good shooting team. They're the best shooting team in the conference, but Laconia can shoot the lights out of the gym when they're hitting from downtown.
Yeah, and I think the numbers that probably jump out are the free throw numbers, and you got to be able to make those, and good teams do, and so that's the next step for this team. You got to be able to step up to the line when the chips are on the table and be able to knock those down. So that's kind of the next step. But I love Cash Farrell's game, get to the mid-range. And like I've mentioned this a couple of different times to different people over the course of the year, the reason Ethan Pino has taken the next step, starting about midway through last year, he got way more aggressive, where he said, I'm going to get to the mid-range, I'm going to get to the hoop, I'm going to get fouled, I'm going to get to the line, and that's how I'm going to get going, as opposed to I am an elite shooter, which he is. But he used to just kind of rely on that, and, and he was – just, he when he got hot from three, it was really good. But then, there were times when maybe it wasn't so good. So his ability to get to the mid-range and go off the bounce has been impressive as well over the course of the last year and a half, and that's why he's one of the premier players in the conference now.
Well, I always talk about this, you can tell how a varsity game goes just a lot of the times by how close the JV game is. I mean, because you can see the talent a lot of the times. It's pretty similar throughout. Well, it's a pretty close one here. The 43-41, I actually think there was 0.7 seconds supposed to be on the clock, or 1.9. And Laconia is winning right now. We'll switch over to the main screen so you can see the last couple of seconds here. But to me, it tells you what these teams have coming up as well. And both teams obviously are pretty young, other than a couple seniors for Laconia, but they have some good young talent once again on their team as well. We talked about Lomira's young talent, but Laconia's got it as well.
Yeah, both of these teams, both these programs, which is no shock. I think, that's always been Laconia.
Yeah.
They just reload. What was there in Rogers' quote? We reload, we don't rebuild, and that's Laconia basketball, boys basketball. And Lomira is on the trajectory right now, which is why you bring in someone like Coach Damask and to find out how to get to that next level, right? And so, this is Lomira. Both of these JV teams have won a lot of games. I don't know what the JV standings are. My gut feeling would be WLA is probably on top. I haven't seen them lose other than tight game up in Amaro, so I think that was their only loss on the year. But all of these, there's a lot of good JV basketball being played, and at least we shouldn't get overtime here. We should get a half-court heave here, and it's either Lomira or Laconia that wins it. But that was a heck of a move to the hoop there from Tillman Madigan, the freshman who
another one
went coast to coast. Oh, yeah.
And another one. Oh, home run pass. Too strong. Oh, we got 0.3 seconds.
And that's Lomira basketball, too. That's Lomira ball. That was last touch by 22.
It should be Red's ball. I think 0.3 seconds. I don't know if that's going to be enough to – going to have to tip in here.
Yep, going to have to tip it. Although we saw against Springs.
We did see with 0.3 seconds.
They let him catch it and throw it back up.
He just missed. And it would – you feel bad for, nobody home. But to me, I talk about this a lot of the times. I see both these. I don't see Lomira as much. Obviously, I am from Lomira, so I mean, people may think out there that I'm a homer for Laconia. I just cover.
Just you wait for tonight. You'll hear the home. No,
I just cover a lot of Laconia games. I'm here a lot, and I get to see this basketball team more than the majority of the basketball teams I do. I've seen the girls team and the boys team, and both teams are just so impressive. And it's a reload thing here. We talked about it, but their athletics, their baseball team. I know we got baseball season coming up. I mean, these two teams right here are most likely are two of the top teams in Flyway in baseball.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to baseball. So, don't even get me started on softball. I would talk softball till the end of this basketball game. If no one wants to listen, mute it right now. I'm talking softball. No, I'm just kidding. I am so stoked for softball, but baseball should be very good. Lomira is going to be good. Laconia, as you mentioned, is going to be good. WLA and Springs are both going to be good. But you're right. It's usually if you have a good competitive football conference. By the way, Campbell Sports probably the favorite in baseball.
Yes.
Before that soundbite gets clipped and used as bulletin board material for someone. But usually if you have a good competitive football season, you love that to roll into basketball, and you love that to roll into baseball. And you see it in the conferences like the Flyway, where these kids are multi-sport athletes. It's not like, with all due respect to the big D1 conferences, this isn't always the case there because you have specialization everywhere. You have basketball players that just play basketball and all that. I love the three-sport athlete, and the Flyway's got some really good three-sport athletes. And there you go. Buckle up. It's going to be a good one tonight.
All right, we're going to step aside, run a couple ads. We'll come back with the interview with Coach Dylan Wirtz. Going to talk about that relationship he has with Coach Dan Damask, obviously his former 8th grade basketball coach, and his dad, Lucky. He's got a good relationship as well with Coach Dan Damask. So we're going to step aside. We'll be back with the interview with Coach Dylan Wirtz for the Laconia Spartans after these messages.
Welcome to Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Hello, this is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's Livestream. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-2066 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford, and we're honored to be voted best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area. Stop in and check out our mattress selections. We have all kinds from traditional spring to memory foam. It is our mission to help you get a great night of sleep night after night. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you can trust. Visit our website at www.verhaegsfurniture.com. Verhaeg's Furniture Mart. 50 years strong, quality you trust, and prices you'll love. Verhaeg Furniture.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. Did you know we do all kinds of metalwork? We offer a variety of decor available for purchase from other businesses. Designs range from holiday decor to sports to hobbies. Finished items can be wall hangings, outdoor garden decor, coffee tables, and so much more. If you are looking for address plaques, property signage, or awards plaques, King can make them. These are highly customized and durable products with your own street number, name, or event. A variety of fonts are available, and we can add our automotive-grade paint in a custom color, suitable for indoor or outdoor uses. Pricing varies. Call Joe Barnes at King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. Joining me now is the head coach for the Laconia Spartans, Coach Dylan Wirtz. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeff. Yep, good, glad to be here.
Excited enough for another great contest that we're going to have a chance to see here in the pit. But before we talk about that upcoming game today, let's talk about how things went. The last time we covered you was Berlin. So just give us a recap of how that game went.
Yeah, I thought, Berlin, a different matchup for us, not normally playing against 6'5", 6'6", 6'4", the size that they bring. And I thought we did a good job neutralizing that for about 30 minutes of the game. And then it got a little more interesting. But we played a good team basketball and, got the lead we did because of how well our guys played. And you thought contributions across the board. We had a starter out that night and, a next man up. And Sam Bartz did that, filled the starting role, and then hit the biggest shot of the game. So pretty cool moment there, and just proud of our guys as a whole of, playing well that night. I thought we got a lot of really solid contributions.
Yeah, I thought, just touch a little bit about it. I thought your offense was really smooth. I thought they were patient and they worked the ball really well. And then just to comment a little bit, your defense was really solid for most of the game, like you mentioned.
Yeah. And then, we just gave up some uncharacteristic turnovers to finish there, and that led to points, and it wasn't really even a defensive breakdown, I wouldn't say. We were really solid on that end all night, but got to do a better job closing out the game. But we came out on the right side and did enough against, I think, a really quality opponent. So we're pretty happy with how it ended up.
Yeah, I would say it was a great game to call. We had we had a blast covering the game. So thanks for making it interesting for us.
Yeah. We do a good job with that.
Let's talk about the Flyway conference here in general. Again, it's packed quite a bit towards the top with you and Springs and Lomira, and WLA is even in the mix. So just talk a little bit about the Flyway.
Yeah, no, I just think it's a really good league this year, and the four teams you mentioned, yep, do have a shot, and unfortunately we don't control our own destiny now, but we've got a shot to play quality teams down the stretch here, and just got to perform well against good competition, and tonight is a big night for that. A team ahead of us in the standings and playing well themselves, so that's just the way our conference is this year. It's a bunch of teams playing well because of good coaching and senior leadership across the board. And, that's how high school basketball teams perform well is the combination. And then, obviously some underclassmen that help.
So talk to me specifically now about Lomira. You mentioned the coaching, and there are several newer coaches that are here, and one of those obviously is you, as well as Coach Dan Damask. So just talk about Lomira and your familiarity with Coach Damask and his system.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, it was in it to an extent. He was my 8th grade coach at Waupun, so very familiar with Dan, his family, and all that he's done coaching. Close family friend, and obviously that factors into the personal side for me, but shouldn't impact the game. He's just a good basketball coach, and now you got to go up against that, and their guys play really hard, and they're disciplined and defend at a high level, and we hope to do all the same. And last time we played them, it was a close game throughout, and I would expect the same tonight. They're just a quality team.
Yeah, I've been really impressed what Coach Damascus put together after even losing his big man on the inside. They still have been battling hard.
Yeah. No, they're a different team without Brisky, who is a fantastic player. And first time around, we had to plan for him, with him, and then unfortunately he went down. But they've proved to do it a little differently than they did the beginning of the season. But they have really high quality players. Some of them being a little younger, stepping up, and just really impressed with how they shoot it and play the game of basketball. They really do have very solid players across the board, and they'll test us in some ways tonight.
I know your plan is always defense first, so tell me, what's the defensive plan for tonight?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we switched it up a little bit the first time, and have ability to do that, of course, but at this stage of the season and things, it's got to be what's your identity, and we're going to defend them with our identity, and hopefully the idea would be to keep them off the 3-point line, and whatever we do, and then hopefully clean up the glass, which they have a couple guys who are really effective there, but that's I guess what the plan will be, and who knows what exactly we'll do, and that's kind of the way we play it. We have a lot of other tools in our tool belt, and that's the way our players attack the game, is ready for anything, and whatever we're doing, just play your tails off.
Yeah, and you definitely have demonstrated that throughout the season, and the boys do work really hard throughout the entire contest. Coach, anything else you'd like to add here on the pregame show?
No, just appreciate you guys coming out again, and what should be a really nice, high quality basketball game. And just excited for more of these and more to come as the finish of the season comes here. But we're just excited to get out on our home court again and compete against a team that's really good.
Coach, I want to thank you for your time once again here on the pregame show. We'll be back after these messages. It's been the head coach here for the Laconia Spartans, Dylan Wirtz, here on Jeff's Live.
Sam's Well Drilling is a family-owned business with over 75 years in the water well drilling industry. We can help you with all of your well drilling needs. Our crews are experienced at finding the proper location, setting up the rigs and equipment in all types of circumstances, and drilling to the appropriate depth so that you have fresh, clean water. SAMS also drills wells for commercial and municipal projects. No project is too large or small for SAMS well drilling. We at SAMS are thankful to be involved in supplying the well water needs of people all over Wisconsin. SAMS well drilling, well worth it.
Verhaeg's Furniture Mart Valentine's and President's Day Extravaganza. Love is in the air, and so are huge savings. Now through President's Day weekend, save up to 50% off select in-stock items, including floor model and closeout mattresses, sleep better for less, dining sets, perfect for gathering with loved ones, recliners and sectionals, cozy up for comfort and style, and more. Don't miss this limited time event. Once these deals are gone, they're gone. Stop in today and find the perfect piece for your home. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun. Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, 50 years strong, quality you trust, prices you'll love.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The outdoor golf season is just around the corner. Now is the time to go to the Rock and use the indoor simulator to be prepared. Call to set up a tee time for an hour. Hang out at the bridges at the Rock before or after the simulator. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation for the simulator or call. Better yet, swing out to the bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
After surviving breast cancer, I felt this calling to help other women heal. I thought, why not build a respite house? I wasn't sure it was going to work financially speaking for my family, but with the guidance of Thrivent, I really felt like we were going to figure it out. Taking the leap to start my nonprofit has been the most rewarding thing I've done in my life.
Jonathan Leonard, Thrivent Financial here in Waupun, serving the local communities.
God bless.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Sam's Well Drilling is a family-owned business with over 75 years in the water well drilling industry. We can help you with all of your well drilling needs. Our crews are experienced at finding the proper location, setting up the rigs and equipment in all types of circumstances, and drilling to the appropriate depth so that you have fresh, clean water. Sam's also drills wells for commercial and municipal projects. No project is too large or small for Sam's Well Drilling. We at Sam's are thankful to be involved in supplying the well water needs of people all over Wisconsin. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Call PT Tire and Service in Brandon. The automotive experts. Beat the Wisconsin snowfall. Stay charged this winter. PT Tire and Service, full service, batteries and wipers available on site. Call 920-346-TIRE. Put Christmas lights on your tree this holiday season, not your dashboard. Call PT Tire and Service to get those lights in the right place. Over 20 years in business and ready to service your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon, 920-346-TIRE.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
We are Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, and we have been leading a greenhouse here in Fox Lake since 1981. Family owned and operated, we provide beautiful flower baskets and fruit and vegetables to residents of South Central Wisconsin. We know the importance of having a variety of flowers, fruits, and vegetables available to our customers throughout the year. Discover the finest selection of locally grown produce, including sweet corn, tomatoes, and cucumbers, along with a variety of fresh fruits. At Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we believe in providing our customers with the freshest and highest quality produce. Come visit us and taste the difference.
WDS Construction is a national general contractor with headquarters in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. But we are so much more. The holiday spirit has taken over the WDS corporate office. Our team has transformed the space into a festive wonderland with themes like Santa's Workshop and Christmas at the Zoo, along with other creative holiday decor throughout. From cheerful decorations to imaginative displays, every corner is filled with seasonal joy. WDS Construction wishes everyone a wonderful holiday season filled with warmth, joy, and plenty of festive fun.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class building and canopies. Steel King canopies are a well-known and respected product. We design, fabricate, and contract installation for C-stores, fleets, entryways, restaurants, and more. Steel canopies serve a variety of purposes, including advertising or signage, control access, sheltering an entrance or loading area, support of lighting systems, and weather protection for people, equipment, or outdoor storage. King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
Burhage's Furniture Mart Valentine's and President's Day Extravaganza.
Welcome back here on Jeff's live stream. Got the starting lineups for the Lomira Lions. A 6'2" senior, number 0, Sam Schroffnagel. A 6-foot senior guard, number 3, Jackson Gable. A 6-foot sophomore, number 5, a wing player, Keegan Kell. 6'3" sophomore, number 21, Blake Stagger. And a 5'9" junior, number 23, as we talked about on the pregame show, Hunter Dooley. And that's your starting 5 for the Lions, and here's your starting 5 for the Laconia Spartans. Almost as usual, obviously Cam Smith not getting back into the starting lineup yet. 6'3" junior, number 2, Cash Farrell. A 6'3" senior, number 3, Ethan Pino. A 6'4" senior, number 5, Carter Bonlender. A 6'2" senior, number 22, Sam Bartz. And a 6' senior, number 23, Nick Blank. A key player for this team that you talked about during the Randolph, they never say anything bad about Nick Blank.
No, he's as consistent as they come, and yeah, he's been a big player for. Like I mentioned, Laconia's gone on long winning streak, pop-up loss, long winning streak, pop-up loss, and part of the reason you go on long winning streaks like that is you have consistent players, and Nick Blank is as consistent as they get, and yeah, that one made me chuckle. It was actually after the Lomira game that I asked. The first Lomira game that I asked Coach Wirtz about that, and he said, we just talked about that the other day. Every game, us as a coaching staff, we circle up, we say, did Nick Blank have a bad game today? No, he didn't. He played well, and that's just a credit to him. Because, look, high school sports is high school sports, and consistency is not the name of it. Not a lot that you get consistent play in high school sports for various reasons. And so that just makes what he's done a little more impressive, too.
Bonlender won the tip, and Pino's got it. Left wing 3, deep, good.
Man, if he gets going early, that will be money for Laconia. An early lead for them.
Stagger to Dooley. Hunter Dooley up top to Schroffnagel. To Dooley. Down to Keegan Kell. Kell kicks it up top. Jackson Gable's got it, guarded by his man. Give it over, back to Gable in the corner, guarded by Cash Farrell. Picked up his dribble, looks around, man slips on the attempted screen. Getting it back and going back up top.
Gable's got to stay patient like he did first time around. You're not going to get many good looks, especially early against Cash Farrell.
A lot of cuts and down screens from this team. Schroffnagel goes inside.
Good patience.
That's what they need here. This is Laconia team. It doesn't matter whether they're in the man or the zone. a very aggressive and good defensive team.
Absolutely, and what Lomira wants to do, like you mentioned, you want to get in. If you can get in transition, that's 1A. But if you got to force the half court, wait for them to make a mistake, because defenses will give you one every. You just got to be patient and find them.
Kell to Dooley to Stagger. Stagger. Bounce pass inside, stolen by Nick Blank.
That was a great cut by Kell. The pass was about a half second too late.
Cash Farrell slowing things down, looking for a screen from Bonlander. He gets it. Goes a high pass inside to Bonlander. Looks around, pass into the corner to Pino. Pino pump fake drives, step, and knocks it down on an easy jumper. Good start for Ethan Pino. He's 2 for 2.
And that's the play I was talking about pregame. As opposed to settling for a 3 with a man closing out on you, blow by him, get an easy 2, and now he's got 5.
And a 3 from Kell off to the right. Another turnover from the Lions.
I stumbled down to Lomira on that Random Lake night, and look, Random Lake is struggling this year, haven't won a game. Keegan Kell hit 7 threes in that game, and that was one where it's like, man, save a few for tomorrow, right? So
Farrell drives in, puts it on the floor, skip pass, and an extra pass to Pino. Stops. A hop step and a jumper, and he's hot early. He's got all 7. It's 7-0.
That's a big boy play to get into the paint, through the contact, and finish.
Didn't even see Dalton Zingzheim check in. He checked in.
Zingzheim does everything extremely well. Not going to blow you out of the water with anything, but he does everything solid.
Kell got it up top, kicks it to Dalton himself, to Sam Schroffnagel. A very good football player, nobody paying attention. I think Kell thought that he was going baseline. The screen from Zingzheim was for him to come up top. And a turnover once again for the Lions. They need to settle down a little bit here.
You could just see Hunter Dooley as his teammates ran past him into the defensive set. You just calm down. We're all right. You know you're going to go on a run if you're Lomira.
Foul on the floor. Going to be a reach-in foul. Let's see who this one goes on. Going to go on Dooley.
Dooley worked hard to get into legal guarding position. Didn't see, must have swiped at the arm. And that's a cheap one to pick up.
Jackson Bloom, Charlie Cole, and I got to see the other number that came in. Inside, and Bonlander's blocked. Good defense from Dalton Zingzheim, as you said. Cole drives in, bounce pass inside through the hands of his man, Blake Stagger, who checked back in. Could hold on to it, another turnover from the Lions.
Yeah, and that's 2 now that we've seen. One that Stagger threw, and that one Stagger was the target of, and both were good cuts, and both of them go as turnovers. Is just a little miscommunication.
To me, there's a big one for you. The Laconia student section saying something early. Cash Farrell open underneath the basket. Ball was blocked, so it was not a travel when he went up. There was a hand on it.
Yeah,
it's a good call.
But if he doesn't lose possession, then it should be a jump ball. If he comes up and does not bobble it, then it should be a held ball. Because otherwise, you can't say that he didn't travel there. So either way, Lomira gets the ball out of the
ball don't lie, as they say.
That's what the kids say nowadays. Well, they've said that for a long time, I suppose.
Zingzheim gets it over. Charlie Cole's got it up top. Bounce pass inside, stolen by Nick Blank, and Cash Farrell saves it. Off the hands of Blank, and a turnover.
Wow. No pressure in the backcourt, just threw it away. Miscommunication.
Kind of sloppy so far, I would say
teams.
for both teams.
Yeah. And Pino has gotten switched onto, and now it's Sam Bartz that got switched on to Charlie Cole. That's a 39% three-point shooter. He's not even going to get one off against Bartz if that stays there,
Cash Farrell guarding him now, but Cole gets it back. Right wing 3, it's off to the left.
But that's the thing. You just saw how quick his release is. He's not a tall guy, but he can get that three-point shot off quickly. And here's a steal. Good hands by Cole.
Dooley goes up for the layup, too strong. Cole on the boards. Kicks it into the corner. Off the hands of Dooley, out of bounds, a turnover. I think a little bit too much from the Lions there.
Yeah, obviously Dooley misses that one, and he's, I'm sure, shouting for it in the corner, thinking, I'm open for 3. knock this three down. That's one where you just got to, and again, Cole's just a sophomore. Just calm down, take a deep breath. First and foremost, let's keep possession of it.
Farrell drives in, spins and lost it, but Bondlander picks it back up top. Sam Bartz, extra pass to Pino, a deep three off the front of the rim.
That one was from the outskirts of Ripon.
That was from the 10-foot line in volleyball.
Goodness.
Bloom up top. Zingzheim will pop it for three off the front of the rim. Rebound, Cash Farrell.
Zingzheim's not a bad three-point shooter. That's a pass from the inside out. It's not a terrible look for Lomira.
Slowing things down. You hear Lucky Wirtz. Bart's in the corner. He'll pop a three off the back of the iron. Zingzheim had the rebound, but falls out of his hands. That's been 4 or 5 balls that have fallen right out of the hands of Lomira and ends up becoming a turnover.
Yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right. 2 of them down here under the hoop that passes one through their hands. Now a rebound goes back over to Laconia. Laconia doesn't need any help. As you mentioned, they're a good shooting team. Can't give them extra looks at it.
Farrell, a tough bucket, gets the foul call. Just missed it off to the left, and we see Cash Farrell. I mean, we talk about his mid-range game, but he's very good on the block for a guy who's only 6'3".
Yeah, he's polished down there, and usually guards are not. And he shows good patience usually, and obviously, it's not a bad idea to get down there and see if you can't make Jackson Gable play some physical defense, and who knows, maybe get a couple of fouls picked up on him, and there's one.
Knocks down his first and his second. Cash, who's only a 57% free throw shooter.
Yeah, it's I guess if you're going to call that a hole in your game, it's the only real glaring hole in his game, right? It's, I suppose he probably would tell you he needs to shoot the three better, but he's got enough shooters on his team. Speaking of shooters.
And Keegan Kell gets the Lions on the board after a 9-0 run to start.
And that's a good shot there where, again, if you get the ball to the high post and kick it out, as opposed to dribbling into a three, which is what Kell did on his first one that he airballed.
Farrell gets it back from Sam Bartz. Kicks it into the corner to Sam Bartz. Bartz up top to Nick Blank. Guarded by Charlie Cole, working on him. Drives inside, picked up his dribble, goes up to Cash Farrell. Working on Jackson Gable. A good matchup we got at the guard position tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Farrell to Ethan Pino inside to Bondlander. Bondlander puts it on the floor. Working on Schroffnagel. Spinning away. You talk about that, but that's a matchup down low. That's a Schroffnagel, a very athletic person, obviously a big football player. Pass up Pino on the left wing. Drives in, puts up a tough bucket, and just good defense. He's looking for a foul, but it was just overall good defense for the Lions. Jackson Bloom with a good move. Kick out. Charlie Cole will take the three. Good.
Back-to-back triples for Lomira, and it's their 2 sophomores, and here you go. Cole forces a steal. Bloom got it. Oh. And a timeout for Laconia.
Getting it at time, and we're 9-6 here, and it should be a 30-second timeout, I would think, here.
Yeah.
We will take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Jeff's live streams.
30-second timeout.
Hey.
% off select in-stock items, including floor model and closeout mattresses. Sleep better for less. Dining sets, perfect for gathering with loved ones. Recliners and sectionals, cozy up for comfort and style and more. Don't miss this limited time event. Once these deals are gone, they're gone. Stop in today and find the perfect piece for your home. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun. Verhaeg's Furniture Mart. 50 years strong. Quality you trust. Prices you'll love.
Welcome back here on Jeff's live stream. 9-6, a couple quick buckets for the Lions. They go on a 6-0 run of their own to make it a 9-6 game. And you just talk about those sophomores. You see Bloom and Bloom and Charlie Cole diving over the floor to try to get a steal to get them back to tying this game up.
That was that Charlie Cole. That was like the third grade steal, right? Where you pretend like you're running down the court and then you turn around and tip that pass away, and it almost caught Laconia napping there in the backcourt. Had to use a timeout.
Rhett Garrett's checking in for Laconia.
Yeah, Coach Damask there wants a moving slip screen on Cash Farrell, and what a take from Cash.
What an effort from Cash Farrell. He goes through 2 guys and gets around 1 and knocks it off the glass for the layup. And we talk inside, he's a presence. He's very athletic.
And what I liked about that finish was keep going forward. Nice drive by Zingzheim. But Cash Farrell, that last time down the floor, he kept driving at the hoop as opposed to falling away with that floater. Be aggressive if you're Farrell. I know he's gotten in foul trouble this year sometimes, but you got to be aggressive.
Cam Smith in the game once again. Good to see him back.
Absolutely. That play he made when he got hurt against WLA was one of the plays of the game. Really sparked the momentum for Laconia.
Pull up just a little too strong off the back of the iron. Kell drops it inside to Schroffnagel outside. Zingzheim for three. It's good. His second bucket. He's got 5, and we are tied at 11 just like that.
11-2 run in about, 5 minutes here from Lomira. And that's what I mentioned. They just had to stay patient. You knew you were going to go on a run if you're Lomira.
Rhett Garrett's up to Cam Smith. Smith in the right corner. Up top to Nick Blank to Rhett Garrett's. Garrett's picked up his dribble into the corner. Cam Smith, he'll pop it for 3. Too short. Rebound Zingzheim. Since he's been in the game, Lomira has went on a big-time run.
Yeah, it was Zingzheim, Cole, and for briefly Jackson Bloom. That was kind of what turned this momentum a little bit.
Charlie Cole to Keegan Kell. Dalton Zingzheim, guarded by Rhett Garrett's, gets it to Cole to Jackson Gable. Gable working on Cash Farrell. Schroffnagel up top. Puts it on the floor, drives inside, layup too strong. Rebound goes to Rhett Garrett's.
Good take there by Schroffnagel. That was good defense from Ethan Pino. Sometimes good defense can win.
Pino in the corner, he'll pop it. Good. Yeah, he hasn't missed yet. If we're going off the count, it might want to keep the ball in the hands of your best player. Theoretically, he's looking good so far today.
Well, between he and Cash Farrell, they have all 14 points. Pino's in double figures already.
Charlie Cole with a step back. Thought about it, won't take it. Jackson Gable on the right wing. Picked up his dribble, gives it to Keegan Kell. Back to Jackson Gable, over to Charlie Cole. Drops it off the foot of Jackson Gable, and it goes out of bounds and a turnover. Lions once again, they get things going, and they get a costly turnover at a bad time.
Yeah, and I will say this. That's some maturity starting there for Charlie Cole. I think earlier in the year he would have tried that step-back 3. I think he knows we can get a better look than that. Obviously, that time they didn't. But there you go. This is the maturation that Coach Damask is looking for.
Sam Bartz has checked back in, so is Bonlender. Along with Blake Stager. Inside Pino, kick out to Bonlender. He won't shoot it. Good steal on the inside from Dooley, but Bonlender got it back, drives baseline. Pass up top to Bart. Extra pass into the corner. Nick Blank for 3. Off the front of the rim. Bonlender on the boards. Can't get a hold of it. Bart's on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to go with the Lions.
Good hustle by Lomira. That was really good. A really good defensive set rotation-wise. Got a couple of times where you had to help off of a shooter, and the rotation was excellent to at least get a hand in the face of Nick Blank, make that shot tough.
Hunter Dooley will bring it up. 7:38 to go. 14-11 in the first half. Zingzheim gets it from Dooley to Jackson Bloom. Bloom drives in, gets his man in the air, and goes off the glass. No good. Rebound goes to Sam Bartz. Had Bartz jumping, just missed the layup.
Did everything right, just couldn't get it to fall.
Cash Farrell working on Hunter Dooley. The battle of the juniors here. Up top to Bonlender. Bonlender puts it on the floor, has it stripped by Dooley. They're going to say it's going to go the other way.
Yeah, it's saying that it tipped off of his knee or off of his other hand after it got stripped by Dooley. Good hands.
Oh, we can see it right here on the instant replay. Yeah, he's right. Good call from the official.
Yeah, I think the official's just saying, like I said on Saturday, if my understanding of physics is correct, Dooley was swiping towards half court. That ball ends up going the other way. It must have hit something, and, well, that makes sense.
Dooley off the glass, his first points. It's a 1-point game.
Good job to finish through contact and miscommunication here, Lomira. Zingzheim able to get over and cut off Blank.
Bart's in the corner for 3. It's good. Someone else for Laconia has scored a point. Sam Bartz knocks down a 3. It's 17-13.
Yeah, and Coach Damask is not happy. He's talking to all, 10 guys on his bench right now about the reason that open 3 happened was someone missed their guy.
Good cut And knocking it down, Blake Stager on a good pass from Hunter Dooley.
So that's the 5th different Lion to score compared to just 3 Spartans. And this is kind of what we see for Lomira. You look at them statistically on the season, it's very similar. After that Jackson Gable 16 points, it's a bunch of 5 through 7s.
Blank off the glass on a good pass from Farrell. Back to a 4-point game. Now you're getting a little bit of different scoring from the Spartans.
And they need that too.
The depth scoring for this team really comes from Nick Blank. In most of the time, it also comes from Sam Bartz, if anybody. But you're going to get a lot of points from Pino and Farrell. You know it's going to go for them at some point in the night.
Yeah, you got to get somewhere around 10 from someone else. If that's Smith, if that's Blank, if that's Bondlander, whoever that might be.
Bloom kicks it, driving in. Stager.
Oh, nice
up
move.
and under. What a bucket from Blake Stager. All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game, and then they're just going shot for shot at this point.
It's almost hard to believe Keegan Kell and Blake Stager are sophomores. You know, Charlie Cole in some ways looks like a sophomore physically.
Yes.
You know, I think he plays a little bit older than a sophomore, but physically Blake Stager, I mean, he's ready for this. Is not big boy basketball for him. He's ready for this.
Bondlander to Pino. Pino drives in. Good help defense from Zingzheim. Pino up top to Bondlander to Nick Blank.
Lomira helping more and more. Stager's helping more and more off of Bondlander.
Farrell will take a 3, rims in and out.
Be interested if Bondlander's got that 3-point shot in him.
Zingzheim kicks to Blake Stager, working inside. Stager going to foul on the floor. It's probably a good call. It should either go on Pino or Sam Bartz. They're going to go on Pino on this one.
Yeah, I think Lomira fans might be frustrated, but if it's not a foul, it's probably a travel. So
yeah.
Take the foul there. But Stager's been, he's been wildly impressive here these last couple of possessions. Just flipped the switch, and he's being aggressive to the rack here.
Schroffnagel and Cole check back in. Cole has it stripped, but he gets it back. Drives inside, bounce pass to Stager.
Great contest by Cash Farrell.
And I like it. Good physical defense, and they leave it alone.
Yeah, and a good job by Farrell. He was guarding Charlie Cole, got on the wrong side of his hip, just kept playing. That's what you need from one of your leaders.
Good steal from Dooley. Bloom brings it up quick. Bounce pass goes off the limb. They're going to say that didn't go off the leg of Bondlander.
Yeah, that's one where
Bondlander's going to say nothing because I'm pretty sure he knows that it hit him.
and Bloom there, if no one's going to stop you, go straight to the hoop and lay it in, so.
Just 4 minutes to go. Been a pretty fast first half. We've only had 1 timeout so far.
Yeah, don't blink.
Bondlander to Bartz. Back to Bartz from Bondlander. Bounce pass inside. Pino on the block. Skip pass into the corner. Cam Smith for 3. It's good. Welcome back, Cam Smith. Knocks down a 3.
That's not the guy you want to help off of, because if he gets hot, then you could really be in trouble.
Dooley works in on Smith. Poked away by Cam Smith. Ethan Pino to Cam Smith.
Smith is, every week when I put together the weekly statistical leaders, Cam Smith is always in the top 5 in steals. And I don't know if he'll be credited for one there, but he was the one that made the play.
Bartz almost had it stolen on a pass to Bondlander, but he gets it. Working on Schroffnagel, drops it back to Farrell. Farrell drives in, goes hard to the glass, throws it off the glass. Just tough, good contest.
Yeah.
Lions doing a good job on defense. Bloom, pump fake, drives inside. Pass tipped by Cam Smith. He'll get a steal on that one. Between the legs, pass to Bartz, off his hands. Kell will check back in.
Get some stickum on that basketball. We have seen the ball fly through the hands of all sorts of players from both teams. We've seen some slipping. Man, get a mop out there, and holy smokes.
For both of these teams, a low-scoring first half by the numbers.
Absolutely. Both of these teams like to pride themselves on good defense, but they're 2 really good offensive teams as well, so this is a little bit surprising.
Up top, Dooley thought about the 3, won't take it, throws a floater in the paint, knocks it down.
That is smooth, Hunter Dooley.
22-19, a 3-point game, 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Pino going to get the ball to Cash Farrell. Farrell kicks it over to Nick Blank off his hands, just a little bit too far, couldn't hold on to it.
Another one.
Yeah, it's been a lot, and it's been both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And Farrell there is saying, grab with two hands there, talking to his teammate Nick Blank. I got to say, for Cash Farrell, it's got to be a lot more fun coming around a screen and seeing Sam Schroffnagel on a basketball floor than coming through the hole in a football game and seeing Sam Schroffnagel on the other side, because I'd just lay down if I were playing football against him.
100%. There's no way I'd rather see him on the basketball court.
He is fun to watch out on the gridiron, though, isn't he?
Oh, God, yes. Bounce pass inside, up top. Charlie Cole. Jackson Bloom on the right wing, drives in. Bloom looks around, has it poked away by Smith once again. Schroffnagel gets it to Charlie Cole, though. Inside to Schroffnagel. Works inside, spins up and under. Gets the roll.
That was great positioning and excellent footwork, which you'd expect from a guy like we just talked about his football acumen. That's where some of this stuff starts to translate.
A 1-point game. Pino on the floor. Step back. Good.
Got straight back to his spot where he's scored 6 points now in that same sort of mid-range 6 to 8 foot area.
24-21, 1:10 to go in the half. Charlie Cole kicks it. Keegan Kell, left wing three. Off the iron, rebound, Cash Farrell.
That's a great look, and Coach Wirtz wants to slow things down, see if he waits 55 seconds to shoot here, if he's gonna go at it here.
Cash Farrell gets it over.
And they're going to get the charge there. They're going to say Schroffnagel was there before, and the counter argument would be that he slid underneath him, but I think that might be the right call. Here's a way that WIAA could simplify this, and if it's not your first time listening to me, I've probably said this on air already. The WIAA needs a restricted circle, and it does away with all this. Everyone says, oh, it's going to make it more difficult for officials. No, it doesn't. It makes it easier for them. If you're inside of that, it's a block. No questions asked. You don't have to watch when they got there. You don't have to watch whether they stopped. It makes it easier for officials, actually.
Cole in the corner for three. Good, and we're tied.
Charlie Cole with his second three, the fourth of the half for the Lions, and Laconia jumps out 11-2. Lomira comes storming back. Laconia jumps out here, about 5-7 point lead. Lomira comes right back. It's a heavyweight fight here tonight, Justin.
Oh, it's been fun. Cash Farrell drives in the lane. No good. Tapped around. Stagger brings it up quick. Not going to get it off in time. Cole, that's late. Ain't going to matter if it goes in anyways. It was close, but it wouldn't have mattered. It was late. But you couldn't have been any closer from Charlie Cole. But a 24-24 tie here at the half. We will step aside, run a couple ads. We'll come back with stats and what we thought about the first half. Not saying we're intelligent, all-knowing basketball fans, but we will tell you what we thought, and we'll be back after these messages on Jeff's live streams.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
Call PT Tire and Service in Brandon. The automotive experts. Beat the Wisconsin snowfall. Stay charged this winter. PT Tire and Service. Full service. Batteries and wipers available on site. Call 920-346-TIRE. Put Christmas lights on your tree this holiday season, not your dashboard. Call PT Tire and Service to get those lights in the right place. Over 20 years in business and ready to service your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon, 920-346-TIRE.
For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford. And we're honored to be voted best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area. Stop in and check out our mattress selections. We have all kinds from traditional spring to memory foam. It is our mission to help you get a great night of sleep night after night. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you can trust. Visit our website at www.verhaegsfurniture.com. Verhaeg's Furniture Mart. 50 years strong, quality you trust, and prices you'll love. Verhaeg Furniture.
WDS Construction is a national general contractor with headquarters in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. But we are so much more. The holiday spirit has taken over the WDS corporate office. Our team has transformed the space into a festive wonderland with themes like Santa's Workshop and Christmas at the Zoo, along with other creative holiday decor throughout. From cheerful decorations to imaginative displays, every corner is filled with seasonal joy. WDS Construction wishes everyone a wonderful holiday season filled with warmth, joy, and plenty of festive fun.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
We've always been a family that thinks about spend, save, give. It was refreshing to find a financial company that echoed that mentality.
With Thrivent, it's more than just about gaining financial confidence. It's about how you can use your resources to create change in your community. It's been a relationship that's created a whole exponential amount of good.
This is Jonathan Leonard, serving the area communities and supporting the local teams. Good luck this season.
God bless. Call PT Tire and Service in Brandon, the automotive experts. Beat the Wisconsin snowfall. Stay charged this winter. PT Tire and Service, full service, batteries and wipers available on site. Call 920-346-TIRE. Put Christmas lights on your tree this holiday season, not your dashboard. Call PT Tire and Service to get those lights in the right place. Over 20 years in business and ready to service your automotive needs. PT Tire and Service, Brandon, 920-346-TIRE.
WDS Construction is a national general contractor with headquarters in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. But we are so much more. The holiday spirit has taken over the WDS corporate office. Our team has transformed the space into a festive wonderland with themes like Santa's Workshop and Christmas at the Zoo, along with other creative holiday decor throughout. From cheerful decorations to imaginative displays, every corner is filled with seasonal joy. WDS Construction wishes everyone a wonderful holiday season filled with warmth, joy, and plenty of festive fun. Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to...
Welcome back here on the halftime show on Jeff's live streams. If you're a Laconia Spartans fan, you're tied 24-24. But if I tell you this stat, you would have thought you'd been winning by 15 at the end of the half. Jackson Gable has not scored a point yet for the Lions.
Yeah, we were kind of talking there when we both realized that, you know, and by the way, Gable didn't play a ton in that first half either. Lomira went on a run with him on the bench, and Coach Damask is not someone who is going to force things. If this is the lineup, then he's going to go with that lineup, and that's just the way it goes. So I don't think Gable shot the ball in the first half. And I guess, you know, the point that we were making, as you said, if you're Laconia, you're thinking, man, we did an excellent job on Gable in that first half. And if you're Lomira, I think you're saying, well, we managed to scrape out a 24-24 half with our leading scorer being held scoreless. So I think both teams are probably in the halftime locker room feeling pretty good about themselves because they did a lot of good things on the defensive end. The question for both of these teams is, well, how do we translate some offense now and perhaps use our defense to get some offense as well? Because we had some turnovers there, just not a lot of live ball turnovers.
Leaders for both teams are Ethan Pino with 12 and Charlie Cole with 6. Dalton Zingsheim also has 5. Blake Stager's got 4. Hunter Dooley's got 4. But Ethan Pino, the clear and away point leader so far today. 4 points from Cash Farrell so far. Hasn't seemed to get things going yet. Missed a couple jumpers on the inside. Every shot he's taken has been a tough bucket attempt at least.
Yeah, I think Lomira's done a good. And by the way, Lomira's done a good job defensively on Pino. I think too. He's just shown his physicality, and that's how he's kind of gotten going. If Pino would have gotten subbed out after the first minute and a half, first 3 possessions, he would still be the leading scorer. He had 7 after the first 3 possessions, and here he sits with 12 at halftime. And Not to sound like I'm some sort of sage, but that's exactly what I was talking about pregame, and that's been the evolution of his game. He used to just kind of be content sitting around the three-point line. I'm an excellent shooter. I'm just going to rely on that. This is what he does now, which is I'm not just going to chuck threes. I'm going to be physical, get into the paint, and get some points in there as well in that 6 to 8 foot range. He's done an excellent job tonight.
To me, and what I've seen from Ethan Pino throughout the season is it doesn't matter where he is on the offensive side of the floor. He's going to make the bucket. And today they're going down already. I mean, I think he's missed one shot that I've seen so far.
And that was the really, really deep three. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, and he hit another deep three earlier in the game. So I mean, it does not matter what kind of bucket you're seeing from Ethan Pino. He's going to make it. But Lions obviously waiting for Jackson Gable to get hot. But if he's not in the game and things are working with them with that sophomore crew of Jackson Bloom, Charlie Cole, Keegan Cal, I mean, if it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, and both these teams hit four threes in the first half. One shoots at 35%, one shoots at 32%. 1 3 could be the difference tonight. We'll see. That's going to be the story. It's margins like these are razor thin, and we'll see what it looks like here in the second half. But both these teams got to like where they're at, because I think both coaches, if nothing else, we better play good defense, and in the first half both did.
All right, we're going to step aside. Got about a minute 50 left in halftime. We're going to run a couple ads. We'll be back after these messages with second half basketball from the pit in Rosendale and a 24-24 tie in this Flyway Conference matchup.
For lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The outdoor golf season is just around the corner. Now is the time to go to the Rock and use the indoor simulator to be prepared. Call to set up a tee time for an hour. Hang out at the bridges at the Rock before or after the simulator. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation for the simulator or call. Better yet, swing out to the bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed many other steel products for use in retail, commercial, and industrial applications, such as building fascia, loading racks, wall panel systems, and much more. Our design record attests to our dedication to quality and customer satisfaction. King Manufacturing, from design to completion.
For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford. And we're honored to be voted best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area. Stop in and check out our mattress selections. We have all kinds from traditional spring to memory.
Welcome back here for second half basketball. Laconia starts with the ball. Bonlender to Pino, into the corner to Sam Bartz. Bartz pump fakes the pass, picked up his dribble, kicks it to Nick Blank in the corner. Blank guarded by Hunter Dooley. Spins, pass inside. Bonlender puts it on the floor. Blocked by Strafnagel, but I think you got a piece of him. It's going to be a foul.
That's a good call. I was thinking they were going to get it on Stager, but it was definitely on the body, and they got it on Strafnagel. That's the right call. But even though it was clean up top with Stager, Coach Damask was still yelling out to him, "Stay down." And you don't need to give Laconia, despite some of their issues from the free throw line this season, you don't need to give them free looks.
Bonlender misses the second one, but rebound to Cash Farrelly. Turned it over to Jackson Gable. Gable is going to slow things down for the Lions. Gets it blocked from behind on the three from Keegan Kell, And a travel by, I believe that was number 21, if I remember correctly, is Blake Stanger. But right there, a lot going on. A block from behind by Cash Farrell. And then just seemed to be the Lions. They've been kind of slowing things down possession-wise, but right there they're trying to get a quick bucket. Pino deep three off the iron. Rebound coming the other way. Schroff-Nigel into the corner. Keegan Kell will take it this time. Knock it down.
That's Kell's second three of the game. Like I said, if he gets going, he can get going in a hurry.
Lions with their first lead of the game, 27-25.
I was just going to ask you. And fight underneath. That was good defense interior from Lomira.
Pino tried a floater there in Pondlander. He threw it off the glass with a lot of strength there.
I think he thought he was going to get fouled, perhaps.
I think he was trying to get a call. Dooley drives in up top. Kell gets the screen, pops the three. Good.
Uh-oh.
Back-to-back threes from Keegan Kell after he got blocked from behind by Cash Farrell. Now all of a sudden, the Lions start the half on a 6-1 run.
Great looks, back-to-back possessions for Lomira, and Kell pays them off.
Going to be a foul on the floor.
No, his foot is out of bounds, yeah.
Camera can't see that far. The instant replay ain't going to tell me too much if I click that one.
Gotta trust him.
I mean, he's right there. I would believe that's a good call. I don't think there was much of an argument from the Spartans bench either.
No, Gable there, we talked about him not scoring yet, and Cash Farrell's doing an excellent job on him when he's in the ball game. But there you go defensively. Here's a shot from Schroffnagel. Another offensive rebound from Zingzheim. He's all over the place.
He's been good off the bench. I mean, he seems to play pretty solid minutes off the bench for the Lions, but he's been very good today. We've said his name a ton.
He's had to been big ever since Bresky went down, and he's stepped up to the call for sure. I'll get back to that Gable thought in just a moment.
Schroffnagel is fouled, or Zingzheim's fouled on a bounce pass on the inside to Zingzheim from Schroffnagel, and a foul on the arm. It's going to go on Ethan Pino. That should be his second personal.
But on that last possession, Gable pretty much face guarded. I mean, helped off of Pino maybe a step or two, but I think they're going to say this guy's got a dozen. Let's make it really difficult for him to get the basketball when he gives it up, and good job by Gable on that last possession.
Zingzheim missed the first one, in and out. Still a 5-point lead for the Lions. He knocks down the second one, though.
That was the first trip to the line for Lomira tonight.
Just a second. I think it's just the third trip of the line at all.
It is.
Blank, good move, drives inside, off the glass, too strong. Rebound, Schroffnagel. He'll bring it up. Quick up, finds Charlie Cole on the right wing. He's got space. He'll pop it. Good.
Oh, my. That is a hard shot. That is a hard shot to make. Turns, gathers, gets it in the shooting pocket, and lets it rip. Good night.
All of a sudden, the 10-1 run to start. A 30-second timeout taken by Laconia. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Jeff's live stream.
It is our mission to help you get a great night of sleep night after night. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you can trust. Visit our website at www.verhagsfurniture.com. Verhags Furniture Mart. 50 years strong, quality you trust, and prices you'll love. Verhage Furniture.
Sam's Well Drilling is a family-owned business.
Welcome back here on Jeff's live streams. A 10-1 run currently for the Lions. Timeout taken by Coach Dylan Wirtz. Just a 30-second timeout, but probably trying to get a run stopper here. Laconia needs a bucket, and desperately right now.
Yeah, and give a lot of credit to Lomira. They've done the work on the defensive end, and they're going to switch off. Dooley goes to the bench, so now that switches Gable on to Farrell and Zingzheim on to Pino. So that might be something I would search for if I'm Laconia. Get the ball to Pino. See if he can't take Zingzheim off the dribble. That might be what I would do.
Good effort from Charlie Cole, just couldn't keep it, but a good defensive play once again.
These sophomores are for real. And at any time, they might have 3 or 4 of them on the court. There's 3 out there right now. Keegan Kell just went to the bench. Bloom comes out here, and they're for real. I mean, and they're getting a ton of, it's been baptism by fire, and they've done excellently this year.
Blank kicks it. Rhett Garrett's thought about it, won't take it. Pino will take it in the right corner, though. It's off to the right. Off the top of the basket. Goes in, but it ain't going to count.
When you're a good shooter, even you can even get those bounces, right? I'm such a bad shooter that, you know, I can have it dead on line, Justin, and it'll hit the front of the iron and go injure someone in the crowd. You're a good shooter. You can bounce it off. You can bounce it off those state championship banners, and they'll go in for Pino.
I'm such a bad shooter that I played hockey. And my entire family was a basketball family, so it tells you everything you need to know.
Touche.
Dooley's got it up top, gets it to Blake Stager, over to Charlie Cole. Cole, pump fakes, drives inside, kick out. Jackson Bloom. Good motion here from the Lions. Up top to Zingzheim, over to Jackson Bloom, into the corner to Blake Stager. Stager puts it on the floor, drives in, puts it off the glass. Tough bucket from Blake Stager, and the run continues. It's 12-1 Lions in the second half.
Yeah, and again, there you go. I mean, we just talked about the sophomores. That is a big boy move against a good defender in Pino, and Blake Stager finishes at the rack.
Tough shot from Pino goes off the back of the iron, no good. Laconia just can't seem to find a bucket right now, and the Lions are doing well offensively. Zingzheim up top to Stager.
The ball's getting stuck for Laconia, whereas Lomira's moving it well.
Dooley too strong in a layup. Farrell on the boards. He's been all over the glass today. We haven't talked about him a ton offensively, but he's had a lot of defensive boards.
Yeah, I think we'll go back and we'll be surprised with what the final stats are. But again, offensively, there was no passes. That's two possessions in a row where they haven't passed the ball twice on offense.
Cole drives in, has it stripped. It'll stay with him. Good defensive play from Red Garretts. Cam Smith in there as well, and we've talked about him defensively. I mean, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's got to be his fifth or sixth deflection. I don't know if Laconia charts him like Coach Krieger does over at Springs. You ever log on to Wiz Sports and you look at the block category for Springs, it's like they're breaking every block record in the history book. That's their deflections tab, and it's fun to look at that because you see how important it is to a team like Springs.
Bloom into the corner. Charlie Cole for three once again off the front of the rim. Zingzheim on the boards offensively, but turned it over to Cam Smith with another steal.
And there, Coach Damask frustrated. Just, again, collect the offensive board, take a deep breath. You get 5 seconds before the 5 seconds out. I mean, take your time there. Don't turn it back over. And Coach Dylan Wirt's going to take this opportunity to ask the officials for a whistle.
And a full timeout, but a tough bucket from Nick Blank right before we go. A 9-point lead for the Lions, 36-27. We'll be back after these messages on Jeff's live streams.
We can help you with all of your well drilling needs. Our crews are experienced at finding the proper location, setting up the rigs and equipment in all types of circumstances, and drilling to the appropriate depth so that you have fresh, clean water. SAMS also drills wells for commercial and municipal projects. No project is too large or small for SAMS well drilling. We at SAMS are thankful to be involved in supplying the well water needs of people all over Wisconsin. SAMS well drilling, well worth it.
When my husband passed, I needed direction on my finances. I felt like I was starting from a blank slate. Thrivent came into my life at a time that I really needed it. Thrivent helped me feel confident and create opportunities to be more giving. I think my husband would be very proud, but I'm proud of myself because I've educated myself and I kind of learned that maybe I could have been doing this all along.
Jonathan Leonard, Thrivent Financial here in Waupun, serving the local communities.
Welcome back here on Jeff's live streams. 36-27, the Lions coming out strong with a 14-3 run to start this second half. And it's still a 9-point lead. Schroffnagel into the corner. Keegan Kell thought about it, won't take it, but he traveled. He picked up his pivot foot. He's looking around, but he did.
Just strung it. And if that pass was just a little bit more on the money, Kell was going to let that one rip. And just a little outside his body, didn't feel comfortable throwing it up.
Cash Farrell tries to get a tough bucket. A good spin move to get him some separation, just couldn't knock it down. Seems to be limbering a little bit, does Cash Farrell.
Just heard Coach Damask yell ball fakes to his guys, and you got to do that against the zone. Ball fakes are the key. Ball fakes, and then you want to get someone to the high post. That's where Schroffnagel's trying to work. You got to get to the middle of the zone, and then see if you can find short corner or down to the corner for a three.
Extended 2-3 zone. Charlie Cole with a deep three once again. Puts him in double digits. He's got 4 threes, and he's got 12.
I don't think people have any idea how hard that is. To catch it, pivot, face the hoop, I mean, that's some next level stuff from a shooting perspective.
Nick Blank open in the corner. Off the back of the iron. Brett Garrett's on the boards. Puts it on the floor, gets it up top. Smith, extra pass. Pino, deep three. Off the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Strafnagel. Coming up quick. Charlie Cole, left wing. Drives inside, gets it back up top to Hunter Dooley.
Great defense by Pino.
Still that extended 2-3 zone here. Keegan Kell up top to Jackson Bloom. Bloom gets around and a foul call on Cam Smith.
You know, we were talking during the break. I think this is probably the most well-officiated game I've seen. And I got to tell you, I've watched I was looking it up earlier today. It's something like 80 games basketball games I've been at since November. These guys have done an excellent job. We have seen a total of 6 or 7 fouls in this game. And this is the basketball that everyone wants to watch. Right? No one wants to watch a free throw shooting contest. And has it been physical? You bet. But it's never gotten close to crossing the line, and these guys have done an excellent job.
A 15-2 run right now, or 15-3 run for the Lions right now. It has been quite the start to the second half.
And again, Gable still has not scored, but he's doing everything else for him.
Into the corner, Kell will pop it for 3. It's good. Keegan Kell's 4-3. He's now tied for the game lead in points once again with 12 at Pino, Charlie Cole, and Keegan Kell.
Cole and Kell have combined for 8 threes.
Bondlander. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to make sure we got Carter Bondlander, who's been 3 points already, but you talked about 8 threes for both of those guys.
Incredible. Incredible shooting performance so far tonight, and it's not over yet.
Gable couldn't get the roll on that one. Honestly, that might only be the second shot I've seen Jackson Gable take tonight.
I think you're right. And get a foul down here on the other end.
Pino came up hobbling a little bit on the other end after he fell down.
Very slow to get down the court. He's going to stay out there, though, and keep at it.
Foul went on Strafnagel. Bartz also checks back in with Nick Blank. Farrell puts it on the floor. Tough bucket, can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line.
Should get staggered here, yep.
Both teams, I mean, you're no sort of foul trouble. The fouls in the first half were 2-2. Fouls in this half were 3-2 in favor of the Lions right now. It has been a toughly called game.
And that's I love that. I just don't like when you get ticky-tack fouls, and now we got to watch. With all due respect to, players 7, 8, and 9 off of the bench. People want to see the stars play. People want to see the best players out there. And if they earn the fouls, then they earn the fouls. But too many times we see people go to the bench in the name of a ticky-tack slap on a rebound. And these guys have not done that. They've been awesome tonight.
3 from Dooley off the iron rebound. Pino, it's an 11-point game. Cognacs trying to scratch their way back into this one.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like much right now, but if they score here, then you got to start thinking about it if you're Lomira. And another good defensive possession for the Spartans.
Gable, left wing 3, looks good from here, rolls in and out.
When it's not your night, it's not your night. I've seen him hit that transition 3 half a dozen times this year on that right wing, or left wing, and that one just rims around and out.
Nick Blank, he'll pop a right wing 3 off the iron. Bondlander on the boards once again.
Good hands, Dooley, and he ties it up.
And possession arrow goes to the Lions. The Lions defensively have been very good in this half. They've ran nothing but a man-to-man all night long.
And some coaches are just, that's what we do. We do it well, and if you don't like that, you're going to sit on the bench. And they have played extremely well. And just another note about Dooley there. I mean, this is kind of why coaches always harp on the big guys. Carter Bondlander. You're 6'4", 6'5". Keep that ball up here and up above your head, and then you don't have to worry about 5'11", 6-foot Hunter Dooley tying you up. They're taking their sweet time here, and Bart's almost picked that one off.
Zingzime, Bloom, floater off the iron, tapped out, Stager Throws it away. It's going to go, I'm only going to say it's going to stay with Laconia. I think it went off a hand.
Yeah, I think Bart's maybe swatted that one away, I think.
Weisgerber checks in. He had a couple threes in the game against Berlin.
Yeah, I was breaking down the stats afterwards. I caught the last couple of minutes of your guys' broadcast on Monday, and when I was breaking down the stats afterwards, I was like, hey, Weisgerber, look out now. He can make some things happen. He played against Mayville the first time around, and, the game wasn't totally over, and he made a couple of big plays.
Gable still can't get it to go. Zingzheim on the boards and gets it to go.
Yeah, Coach Wirtz is not happy. He thought there was a lot of contact underneath there, but like we've said, it's been a big boy game tonight. Got to block out, and Bart's kind of got run over there.
Blank goes hard to the bucket. He's fouled. He'll go to the line.
Yep. Ooh, that's the. I think that should have been on.
Should have been on Zingzheim.
Zingzheim
yes.
there, and that's going to be number 2 on Gable. Again, with 8:29 left, that's not foul trouble, but Gable's kind of throwing his hands up like that's not me, because I think he's taking an earful right now from Coach.
And Cole will check right back in.
Yeah, that was not a long break for him. And we'll see how much longer Keegan Kell stays on the bench as well.
It's been pretty much the story today has been the sophomores for this Lions team. Missing both is Nick Blank, who's a good free throw shooter, all alone on the other end. Three-pointer from Dooley. Good.
Wow. Wow. Coach Wirtz said Lomira was a good shooting team, and we knew it, but holy smokes, this second half has been a clinic.
Into the corner, extra pass. Nick Blank for 3. He knocks one down to answer the other way.
That was a big one.
13-point game, 47-34 lead for the Lions with 8:07 to go. We'll take it with them. A 60-second timeout. We'll be back after these messages on Jeff's live streams.
God bless.
Welcome to Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hookstra's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Hello, this is Jeff Sauer with Jeff's Livestream. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. Our purpose, first and foremost, is to bring glory to God. Second is to draw attention to the student athletes, promote the great things they and their schools are doing, and promote the businesses and the people running them within our communities. Our mission is to create memories for student athletes, families, teams, and communities, as well as allowing for viewers to see their athletes or teams perform regardless of where the viewer is located. If you'd like to join us as a sponsor to help us fulfill our purpose and mission, feel free to give me a call at 920-345-20.
Welcome back here inbound. Finds Zingzheim, quick pass, Dooley.
Oh, that was a beautiful set play to get through the press break.
Bloom spinning around, puts it on the floor.
Good ball Zingzheim. That's what Coach Damask is talking about. Get Smith up in the air, then make your bounce pass.
Bloom thought about the 3, wouldn't take it. Zingzheim.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Justin.
No,
I think if you're Lomira, you say, here's a Cole 3. Another offensive rebound. That's 3 or 4 in just this half alone. I think if you're Lomira, you say, if we burn 30 seconds off of every possession from here on out, there's not going to be enough time. If you burn 30 seconds and get a good shot, even better. And then they turn it over as I say that.
Cash Farrell with the layup. Good. And another steal for Cam Smith once again.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
And 11-point game. Zingzheim to Bloom. Back to Zingzheim inside. Off the glass. Talton Zingzheim. Into double digits he goes.
Oh, that was a Frank Kaminsky play. High off the glass.
Poked away. And Carly Cole steals, but good play from Hunter Dooley. Cool.
Yeah, more good hands from him.
Zingzheim corner 3 off the iron. Weisgerber on the glass gets it. Quick up for Cash Farrell, too far, kept it. But he didn't say he stepped on the line.
That was the heat check right there for Dalton Zingsheim. Get a couple of offensive boards, and he was feeling it.
He threw it. I'm not going to lie, that might be one of the higher ones I've seen off the glass from a shot. You are right. Looked like Frank Kaminsky.
And it was soft. I mean, the touch from the big man, it was great. Looked like one of his punts falling in the football season, pinning someone down at the 1-yard line.
Bounce pass for Gable from Zingsheim. Works all the way around to Keegan Kell. Kell up top to Stagger. Stolen by Cash Farrell. It'll be a foul.
It's not a bad foul by Stagger. A little cynical, but and he started walking straight to the bench after that one. I think he knew something. You know, you look at Lomira and you say, oh, thank goodness, we just got Hunter Dooley to the bench, and here comes Keegan Kell and Jackson Gable back onto the floor. Oh, we forced him to take out Blake Stagger. Here's Sam Schroffnagel again. It's just, it gets tiring. They just roll them through.
Pino with a deep three off the back of the iron. Blank on the boards, off the glass. It's good. Nick Blank having himself a pretty good second half. He puts himself into double digits now. All right, he's one short.
Yeah, and he's gotten 2 of them on second chance points where he's hit the glass. So that's good. Good job by him. Yeah, that's a good call on the floor. 2-hand push from Cam Schmidt. But as well as Lomira's played, it's still within the realm of doubt. There's, it's an 11-point game. Lomira's still got work to do. So
yes.
that was a little bit of a lazy pass there into Schroffnagel. Did not have the zip you need to get it in there.
And Laconia just, not having a good shooting second half, but they found their way to get some second chance points to keep this game semi-close.
Yep, just keep yourselves with a chance with 10 minutes or so left. They're going to get a foul.
That is the right call. If it goes on Zingsheim for sure, actually they're going to give it on Keegan Kell, but either one, they hacked Ethan Pino pretty hard. It was worth it.
Yeah, I would say so. The official on the far side put his hands straight up in the air, and neither guy had their hands straight up in the air that time.
Pino knocks down his first.
First points of the second half for Ethan as well.
Gets himself back into the point lead for the game. And a 9-point game now. Pino knocks down both.
So Laconia now 7 for 10 from the line, so much better than their season average as a team from the charity stripe. And it's kind of kept them in it here in the second half. And another turnover as Hunter Dooley got caught in the air there.
And another steal from Cam Schmidt once again. Pino for 3, good, and it's a 6-point game.
This is what I was talking about. You feel like you're doing everything so well, and it's an 11-point game. Back-to-back buck. That's actually 7 straight for Laconia now. And they're back within 6.
Dooley thought about it, won't take it. Gable up top.
That's a good job. Stay patient against this zone. You should be able to run some time here. If nothing else, should be able to run a little time.
Kell for 3 in the corner. It's good.
Goodness gracious.
The 4th second half 3 and a foul's going to go on Hunter Dooley here, but the 4th second half 3 from Keegan Kell.
And now Laconia, the other thing we haven't really mentioned, Laconia's in the bonus now. So the foul's starting to stack up here a little bit for Lomira, and that was a little bit of a cheap one from Hunter Dooley. But Keegan Kell,
what a second half and what a game from Keegan Kell. Realistically, I would say he's probably 5 from 8 from behind the arc.
Somewhere in that range. He has not missed many, and one of them was that air ball to start it off. And since then, he's been pretty automatic from back there. 7 second half threes for Lomira. If Laconia can find a way to give themselves a chance here down the stretch, that's a heck of an effort from the Spartans to deal with an opponent shooting like Lomira is right now, and to be able to still have an opportunity. And I think Laconia wanted to travel there, and it might have been. Cole in amongst the trees.
Yeah, and I don't think he wants anything to be doing down there. And it's going to be a backcourt violation. And another turnover from the Lions. They switched into this zone defense again, and all of a sudden, Laconia getting some steals.
We'll see if Coach, here it is.
Yeah.
You know, Lomira is starting to rush some things, and they don't need to. And we'll see what the message is here from Coach. Well, we won't hear it, but we'll see what happens here outside of this timeout from Lomira.
We'll stay here because, I mean, that's the first time Lomira's taken a timeout all game long. He's still got, he's got all four now, and now he has two fulls and 2 30s. But, I mean, Laconia, we talk about this second half from Lomira. They're shooting the lights out of the gym right now, and Laconia's just finding a way to stay alive in this game. And a couple good steals from Cam Smith. We talked about him before the game. I mean, he's such a key player for this team to bring him back into the lineup defensively for them. I mean, only 1 3 so far, but you can see it.
Yeah, he's absolutely sparked this run. He and I would give a tip of the cap once again to Nick Blank. I mean, Blank hit the 3 that got this thing going. They've scored 11 points here in 3.5 minutes, and Blank hit a 3, Pino hit a 3, Cash Farrell's starting to get to the rim. So all the things that makes Laconia good when they're good, that's what's happening right now. Do they have that next gear to, down? It feels like Laconia's got all the momentum, and they certainly do. They're only up, they're still down 7, so it's like, and that's, I guess, my point for Lomira. They're scrambling around like this is a 3-point game. Just relax, just take a deep breath. And again, this is part of the learning curve for a bunch of underclassmen. But, one that you want to win games and learn lessons, right?
What a block from Charlie Cole and a 3 from Cam Smith. Blank goes to the rim. Layup, good. It's a 5-point game. Nick Blank having himself a second half.
And Cole's a good defender, and he took him off the balance and got straight to the rim.
No hesitation from Nick Blank. Keegan Kell gets it at half court.
This zone, Lomira had some success on it early in the second half. How about the faith from offensive foul on Sam Schroffnagel off the ball?
And it was. He pushed Cash Farrell in the back, and another turnover. I mean, the momentum is swinging, and I talk about this every time I come here. The Laconia student section is always dead silent. They never say anything. Now they're starting to say some stuff, and it's a tight game, and Lomira's got some fans here as well, but
yeah, student sections nowadays,
I know what you're saying.
Not to harp, but student sections nowadays, it's all about how can we taunt the opponent as opposed to, hey, let's just cheer and make a great atmosphere.
And we talk about Cam Smith, and he hits a 3, and it's a 2-point game all of a sudden. The press in the zone from Laconia has been too much for the Lions at this point, which early in the half, you would never have said that.
No, not at all. And is a 15-point lead at its biggest for Lomira, as you mentioned, dwindled down to 2 right now. And Laconia has scored a lot of points in not a lot of time. And almost another steal from Smith. And now Lomira swatted it away from themselves, and here's Cash Farrell, tie game.
All of a sudden, just a bunch of steals, and this Laconia team, the resiliency, down 15 with just 7 minutes to go, and all of a sudden it's 52-52 and a travel on Hunter Dooley. And this place is rocking once again.
Frustration setting in for the Lions. They feel like Laconia is really up in the physicality, and they have not seen the whistles that have followed that. And Lomira feels like, this is a physical game. How are we doubled up in the foul department right now?
And I feel like a basket coming here for Laconia is a timeout. Cam Smith for 3 off the front of the iron. Can't get the roll. Tapped out. Kell on the boards.
Good job by Charlie Cole to tip that to Keegan Kell. And finally a stop for Lomira. They didn't have to deal with that press from Laconia. That, if nothing else, was just getting them out of rhythm.
Jackson Gable off to the right. On the boards, Nick Blank and Cam Smith, and Coach Wirtz telling Cam Smith to slow things down.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Dalton Zingsheim in the game once again, just to give a presence interior. Stager's done a nice job tonight, but on that offensive glass, Zingsheim's been a difference maker. And there's a lazy pass, and Cash Farrell saves his buddy Nick Blank. That one should have been a turnover for sure.
Blank, and 1. Nick Blank.
Well, Nick Blank owes Cash Farrell a Culver's meal deal for saving his butt there, because that was a lazy pass. He wasn't paying attention, and that should have been an easy pick six to keep our football analogies going for Lomira. And Cash Farrell came out of nowhere, saved the possession, and then Blank pays it off down the lane.
And he knocks down the free throw for the traditional three-point play. And Schroffnagel's going to check back in, but Nick Blank, a fantastic second half from Nick Blank. He's got, if I can do my math correctly here, 12 in the second half. He's got 14 overall and a timeout taken. I believe this is taken by the Lomira Lions. We will take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Jeff's live streams.
66 or email me at livestreamjeff@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all.
Welcome back here on Jeff's live streams, and Jordan's got a good one for us.
19-5 run for Laconia in 6 minutes and 12 seconds. And now they're back to man-to-man. I'm not so sure I wouldn't have stayed with that zone. Obviously, Damask is taking that timeout to prepare for the zone, so you're trying to throw them off a little bit, certainly. But that zone, Justin, was devastating.
It has been, and we talked about it in the pregame. It was devastating, and it was not devastating early in the second half, but it was late in the second half. Schroffnagel puts it on the floor. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. This one should be on Cash Farrell, I believe. Will be. That'll be his third personal.
And by the way, a subset of that 19-5 run is a 10-0 run in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So even more recently, it's been better for Laconia than even that.
And, of course, when I need my pen dies.
It's them frilly, clicky pens that you got, Justin. You need a solid capped pen that'll get you through.
I got my pencil now, so it should be all right.
2 for 2 for Schroffnagel at the line. Back within a point are the Lions, who, if they let this one slip away, are going to feel like they left one hanging. And they're going to get a foul there. Oh, my. They didn't blow the whistle, and I think Coach Damask is frustrated. He's kept his composure during this foul fest. There was a point in time, Justin, when the fouls were 4-4, and it's now 6-5, and I think Coach Damask the temperature is slowly rising. And that one, they didn't blow the whistle until after Charlie Cole had the ball in his hands for the steal, and some frustration from the Lomira side for sure.
Blank knocks down his first and continues his fantastic second half. He now has 13 points in the second half and 15 overall.
He's been big.
Defensively, we talk about him all the time, but just quietly having such a good offensive game, and knocks down a second free throw as well. And he is their best free throw shooter, and you saw it right there. Nothing but net on both of them. Back to a three-point game with 1 minute to go. Dooley drives, kicks, back screen for Kelly. Couldn't hold on to it.
Got to get some. I wouldn't mind seeing something towards the bucket here for Lomira. Good block by Pino.
Bounce past the Blank.
Got to get a foul right away. As soon as they break the half court, got to get a foul. Blank's got to get it across. There he does. Now you got to give a foul. Can't wait too long. And Pino's not the guy you want to foul either. So right now I'd give it here and force.
Laconia doing a good job of moving the ball around, and now here's going to come your foul. They haven't called it yet. A couple hacks from Dooley before they call it, but that'll be Dooley's fourth personal as well, so you don't want him taking any more intentionals. 57-54, Pino to the line in the double bonus, no longer the 1-and-1.
Yeah, it was really physical down in the corner with about 35 seconds left, and that's another pet peeve of mine is when referees, you can't don't make teams earn the fouls late, because that's when you get the chippy ones that people can start to get hurt on, and you don't want that.
Pino knocks down another free throw, and he was clutch late against Berlin with some late free throws. Going to be clutch again in this conference matchup against the Lions. And the second one is good once again. It's 5-point game.
Pino and Farrell are 10 for 10 from the line combined tonight.
3, Keegan Kell, good.
Oh, he keeps him in it.
Kell, and you thought it was kind of a prayer 3. Kell knocks down his 5th 3 of the second half. Boy, has he been fantastic tonight for the Lions.
We mentioned he had 7 against Random Lake. He's got 6 tonight.
We will
Unbelievable.
step aside. We're going to run a couple ads here. Full timeout for the Lions. We'll be back after these messages.
Athletes.
For 50 years and counting, Verhaeg's Furniture has been proudly serving Waupun the best furniture and mattresses at prices you can afford. And we're honored to be voted best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area. Stop in and check out our mattress selections. We have all kinds from traditional spring to memory foam. It is our mission to help you get a great night of sleep night after night. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun, and experience quality, comfort, and service you can trust. Visit our website at www.verhaegsfurniture.com. Verhaeg's Furniture Mart. 50 years strong, quality you trust, and prices you'll love. Verhaeg Furniture.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches.
Welcome back here on Jeff's live streams. Inbound and Nick Blank. Blank pass stolen. Chance for Dooley on a right wing 3, pumped it. Gets it to Cole in the corner. 10 seconds now. Lions need a 2 to tie, 3 to win.
Get something going to the hoop.
Gable drives inside. Layup. No good. Rebound Pino. Loose ball on the floor. It's going to go all the way to the end, and that's going to do it. Laconia finds a way to win with 59-57. Wow, a chance and a turnover at the end. A good play from Hunter Dooley to steal the pass. Just couldn't get it to go.
Hunter Dooley was frustrated there. The referee blew the whistle with time on the clock and then took the easy way out and said, game's over.
And to be honest, I mean, you look
the
at
possession arrow is in Laconia's favor, no doubt. Yeah, we'll leave it there.
The Lions, they had this game what we thought would have been in the bag with up 15 with 7 minutes to go. The resiliency from the Spartans gets it done. We're going to step aside. We'll be back with some interviews on Jeff's live streams after these messages.
Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. Did you know we do all kinds of metalwork? We offer a variety of decor available for purchase from other businesses. Designs range from holiday decor to sports to hobbies. Finished items can be wall hangings, outdoor garden decor, coffee tables, and so much more. If you're looking for address plaques, property signage, or awards plaques, King can make them. These are highly customized and durable products with your own street number, name, or event. A variety of fonts are available, and we can add our automotive-grade paint in a custom color, suitable for indoor or outdoor uses. Pricing varies. Call Joe Barnes at King Manufacturing. From design to completion,
Did you turn the ad off yet? Don't put the ads back on until I'm ready. Until I get all the guys out here. Don't. and the ad's over. Don't let the ad play out, obviously, and then send it back to me. You can point to me whenever it's ready. Welcome back here on Jeff's live streams on the post-game show. Ethan Pino, you guys found a way to get it done in the second half. Down 15 at a point, you come back in a fantastic Flyway Conference win.
Yeah, we just had to lock in. We came out of that second half really flat, and we just had to pick up the intensity. I think that press and zone really helped us out in the second half.
Yeah, Lomira, they were knocking down threes. You guys found some second chance buckets to get yourselves back into it. The Nick Blank three was big for you guys to get the momentum going, and then you went on to a 19-5 run at a point.
Yeah, Nick, he struggled last game, but he definitely picked it up tonight. He was really taking the ball hard to the hoop, so it definitely helped us out tremendously, and then Cash and Carter crashing the boards is really good too.
Another couple late free throws from you to seal the game tonight against the Lions. You guys get it done, and a big-time conference win. You now are tied with the Lions in second place, but should jump them, obviously, because you guys have beat them twice.
Yeah, it's nice. Last game Jake went out, but they're still a great team without him. They really play hard. They work the ball good. So yeah, we knew it was going to be a tough competition or tough game coming in today.
Congrats on a great win, Ethan. Nick, a great win tonight. You guys came back from 15 down, but you hit that three, and then all of a sudden you guys go on a 19-5 run right after that.
Yeah, that three-pointer was for sure a confident booster. I haven't been shooting it really well from outside. I hit that three, and I knew we were going to come back, and just what happened.
You guys switched into that zone. Things really changed for you guys in the second half. But the hands and length of you and Cam Smith causing a ton of steals defensively late in the second half.
Yeah, the zone we run is just great. It causes a lot of turnovers for teams. Cam Smith on the top is just unbelievable. His lengthy arms, he just gets a lot of tips and steals, and it's just great to run.
Congratulations on a great win in the Flyway Conference. So, I don't know when we'll see you guys next, but good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Coach, a 59-57 comeback win for you guys. Lomira, dynamite in the second half behind the arc. We talked before the game, a great three-point shooting team. You guys switch into the zone, get some steals, and then go on to a 19-5 run at a point.
Yeah, no, I just got to give credit to our kids, the resilience. It didn't go our way for a big stretch there, and then it flipped, and, a credit to our kids. A lot of teams give up in that situation, and it's over, and we were in that position on the other side of it the other night, and either way we came back out on top, but both times, and played well down the stretch in order to do that. Maybe well is not the right word. Amazing, and just executed really well, played tough. I think we lacked that for parts of this game, and to do it at the end of the game when 4 minutes left and you're tired, that takes a different level of heart, and that's what our guys had tonight.
Cam Smith getting him back tonight, but obviously he only had 6 points, but he had a big three late in the second half. But defensively for you guys, he was huge. At least from Jordan and I's count, at least 6 steals.
Yeah, no, he's incredible on the defensive end. He's probably leading the league. I don't really look at the league stats all that much, but he's got more steals than I remember a player having on a team I coached, and that's because he's got great instincts, and he plays hard, and it turns out, and he played limited minutes tonight, coming off an injury, to give us that and help us win this game is really special.
Obviously, a key conference win for you guys to keep you guys' intention to finish in first place, but he needs a little bit of help. But overall, a good win against a very good Lomira team. But momentum-wise for you guys going forward, how is this going to help?
Yeah, well, you don't get this one, it's kind of over on the conference front. So, it's just playing for your life, and really, that's the story of the rest of our year, because once you move into the tournament, it's the same deal. So, yeah, no, we're excited to attack the next few games, and we got to play well in order to win at any point in this conference. Tonight was no different. So,
all right, congratulations, Coach, on a big win. Going to send it back up to Corbin. He's going to run a couple ads. We'll be back with full stats on Jeff's live streams after these messages.
In the water well drilling industry, we can help you with all of your well drilling needs. Our crews are experienced at finding the proper location, setting up the rigs and equipment in all types of circumstances, and drilling to the appropriate depth so that you have fresh, clean water. SAMS also drills wells for commercial and municipal projects. No project is too large or small for Sam's Well Drilling. We at Sam's are thankful to be involved in supplying the well water needs of people all over Wisconsin. Sam's Well Drilling, well worth it.
Verhaeg's Furniture Mart Valentine's and President's Day Extravaganza. Love is in the air, and so are huge savings. Now through President's Day weekend, save up to 50% off select in-stock items, including floor model and closeout mattresses. Sleep better for less. Dining sets, perfect for gathering with loved ones. Recliners and sectionals, cozy up for comfort and style and more. Don't miss this limited time event. Once these deals are gone, they're gone. Stop in today and find the perfect piece for your home. Visit us at 806 West Main Street, Waupun. Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, 50 years strong. Quality you trust, prices you'll love.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
The outdoor golf season is just around the corner. Now is the time to go to the Rock and use the indoor simulator to be prepared. Call to set up a tee time for an hour. Hang out at the bridges at the Rock before or after the simulator. Join us for a relaxing atmosphere in a beautiful setting. Go online today and make a reservation for the simulator or call. Better yet, swing out to the bridges for a bite and a beverage. The Rock Golf Club, 700 County Park Road, Waupun, or call 920-324-2621.
After surviving breast cancer, I felt this calling to help other women heal. I thought, why not build a respite house? I wasn't sure it was going to work financially speaking for my family, but with the guidance of Thrivent, I really felt like we were going to figure it out. Taking the leap to start my nonprofit has been the most rewarding thing I've done in my life.
Jonathan Leonard, Thrivent Financial here in Waupun, serving the local communities.
God bless.
Welcome back here on Jeff's live streams. A fantastic win at home, a comeback win, down 15 late in the second half, and they go on a 19-5 run in a matter of 6 minutes. The Laconia Spartans, the boys team, find a way to beat the Lomira Lions and get themselves into second place in the conference. They're technically tied for second, but they own the tiebreaker because they have beaten Lomira twice. Points overall for the game: 4 points from Sam Schroffnagel, 12 points from Charlie Cole, 18 points from Keegan Kell, 15 second half points from Keegan Kell, 5 threes. Zingzheim had 5 second half points, and he got 10. 6 points from Blake Stagger, 7 points from Hunter Dooley. Cam Smith had 6, but boy was he an absolute force defensively for this Laconia Spartans team tonight. A ton of steals, and helped this team move on to late and get this dub late. I mean, they helped. Late in this game, he had a couple big steals that got themselves on that run to make it that 19-5 run that got them back into the game and into the lead. And then Cash Farrell, 8 second half points, 4 for 4, or 6 for 6 from the line went Cash Farrell tonight, 12 points overall. 7 second half points from Ethan Pino, 4 for 4 from the line with 19 total points. He led the way the entire way tonight. 3 points from Carter Bondlander, a free throw and a bucket on the inside. Sam Bartz with a 3 early in the first half. He finished with 3. Nick Blank, 2 first half points, but 14 second half points. He was fantastic, 3 for 3 from the line. Finished with 16 total points, and not much to say here. This Spartans team found a way to come back and win this game. They were down 15. The resiliency from this team. You heard Coach Dylan Wirtz talk about it. This team just found a way to win. It wasn't like they were here the whole night. They had a lapse in their game that they struggled for a little while in that second half, and they found a way to get themselves in the lead and then get themselves a win. And it was off the backs. I mean, Nick Blank, great defensively. Cam Smith, great defensively. Cash Farrell on the boards. He had a lot of. If he didn't have double digits rebounds tonight, I would be surprised. Ethan Pino, his early second half struggles, but found his stride late in the second half. Had a big time 3 and then a couple clutch free throws late in the game to win the game. And they held off a Lomira attack that had 8 second-half three-pointers. I mean, he had 6 threes from Keegan Kelly. He was fantastic tonight. You heard Jordan talk about him a couple times. It's a broken record here. This Laconia team, they resiliency and found their way back to get the win. And I know, Caleb, that was a black screen. Obviously, the cord got bumped a little bit, but it wasn't much I could do. You can't text me. I can't do anything because I'm down on the floor. I didn't see it, but another good win. And tomorrow, I believe we have the Randolph girls basketball senior night tomorrow. If I have the schedule correctly, I didn't put the schedule in there, so I don't know. Maybe I did. We'll see if I did. Nope. I think I got the girls basketball and boys basketball showcase in here. Next Wednesday for you Spartans fans, girls basketball showcase we got going on here. That'll be at, I believe it's, if I remember correctly, it's at the Rock in Waupun. It'll be Wednesday night starting at 5 p.m. at Laconia girls, CWC girls, Oakfield girls, and Randolph girls, the 4 teams that we cover in this local area. It'll be a fun one. Get at, ask your favorite Spartans players some questions, and come on down to the Rock. If you can't make it there, tune on into Jeff's live streams and check it on out. And then the next Wednesday, the February 26th, we'll have the boys basketball showcase for the same 4 teams between Randolph, Oakfield, Laconia, and CWC. And that's obviously according to right before the playoffs. We like to get that done right before the playoffs because it's not a pre-playoff showcase. It's a showcase that talks about the girls and their seasons and their accomplishments, what their plans are after high school. It's a fun showcase to try to not be a full, how do I say this, preparing for the playoffs, because we know that these teams, obviously they talk about it and they want to talk about it, but we want to talk about their accomplishments and what they've done so far this season. Again, another great win for the Laconia Spartans at home, and I'm happy to be back at the pit. I thank Jordan for coming on with us. He's on the floor waiting to get an interview with Coach Dylan Wirtz, but a great win for the Spartans and another great time we had at the pit, another fantastic game. I'm Justin Schwartzmiller signing off from the pit. We will be back on air tomorrow for Randolph girls basketball on senior night. Thank everybody and have a good night.
Welcome to today's broadcast. Shout out to our sponsors,